Welcome back to the 4TC podcast, aka For the Culture. We're here. We got BBS boys with us. We're gonna have a good night. We're gonna talk about some crazy shit, maybe some controversial shit. Who knows? But we're here. So if y'all want to go around and introduce yourself, feel free.
NY Ant Live, BMORE BBS BOYZ.
BMORE BBS BOYZ, Troy, Truck Hauler 97, my Instagram.
Ray Doe, BBS BOYZ, Instagram.
What's that say, Instagram?
Yeah.
Okay, good. So everybody know. All right, man. So yeah, everybody knows who we are. Hopefully, if y'all watching this, I'm Torian, it's Jake, and that's Chris over here. We from Highway Outlaws, aka For the Culture. This is episode 7. Most of y'all have already been tuning in. Y'all know how we do. We try to get serious in the beginning and we get a little silly at the end. We try to take some comments, questions from you guys. If you guys are on live watching, obviously if you're watching this on YouTube, you can't ask us questions right now. But yeah, man, we appreciate the BBS boys for coming through. We've been trying to get these guys on for maybe like a month or two now.
Yeah.
And luckily today stars lined and we got everybody on. Actually, we got more than we actually thought we were gonna get. We actually thought we were only gonna get 2 of y'all.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So having 3 of y'all is definitely a gift for us. So basically, man, look, I don't want to take up too much time talking. Which one of y'all want to do the most talking, let us know a little bit about what the BBS boys are, and maybe how y'all started and what you guys do, and let us know what's going on.
The BMORE BBS BOYZ, we actually started in 2021, and
You good. I had to fix it.
Yeah, you got in the camera.
Is it better?
yeah,
Gotcha.
the BMORE BBS BOYZ, we actually started in 2021. We actually started from a head chapter, the Jersey chapter with Reg and Thorough. They started 2019. So them guys kind of started the whole thing. 2 friends that met, at a video shoot. They saw each other's cars, like what they saw. I think Reg had the 97 850. He had an 850. And they admired each other's cars and became friends ever since. And it kind of trickled down to Baltimore. Reggie's friend, childhood friend, Ty Malone, which we call him, his Instagram is Ty Iceberg. He moved down here to Baltimore in 05, 06. And I guess once they started the chapter in Jersey, it kind of started something here with us in Baltimore.
Gotcha.
So once we got the chapter started in 21 in Baltimore with Ty, it was Dre, it was me, it was guy Antoine, which he just passed away maybe last week.
Rest in peace.
He the one that actually gave us our name, the BMORE BBS BOYZ. So we definitely gonna miss him. And it started some things. We got 7 chapters right now.
Wow.
That's going. We got
the Baltimore has 7 chapters, or just BBS boys?
the BBS BOYZ.
Okay.
The actual name BBS BOYZ actually has 7 chapters.
Okay.
We got Jersey, we got Philly, we got Delaware, we got Detroit, we got Miami, we have Oakland, California.
Oh yeah.
It's a couple of them I'm missing, but we also got some affiliates too that we mess with.
Gotcha.
But as far as the BMORE BBS BOYZ, man, it's just a nice car culture with the 80 and 90 cars that we just come about and just get together and just talk car talk.
So I noticed that about y'all. So y'all, I don't think a lot of people know this. So first of all, BBS is you guys all rock BBS wheels, right? So that's one thing I want y'all to know. BBS, that's what it is. Some of y'all may not even know what BBS wheels are.
Exactly.
But a lot of people know, especially if y'all younger, y'all may not even know.
Yes.
But they all rock BBS wheels. If y'all go to their page, y'all see what I'm talking about. They all have that old school, that early, what, like, is that 90s?
80, 90s.
90s, yes.
Yeah, they got the 80s, 90s.
Yes.
If y'all watch Boys in the Hood, y'all can kind of get like an idea of the kind of rims that they rocking.
Mhm.
And
Even
It's
paid
far-
in full.
Yeah, paid in full, paid in full,
Yeah,
paid in full,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
For the movie.
And then also, I know not all of y'all cars, but a lot of y'all cars are older model.
Correct.
Slightly older.
Yeah.
Now there are some exceptions. I know some of you. I've seen a couple cars that were somewhat newer.
We don't discriminate.
Yeah. So y'all have, so in general, y'all have older model cars. And I
Correct.
dig it though, because I love the. We ain't even gonna get too much of it, but I love the look of
The Supra.
the older cars. The design of them is a lot sharper.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I know a lot of newer cars, they all kind of. I mean, I like the fluid look too, but
Yeah.
it's not the same.
I mean, it's this. It's just like the same way with my dad. Your parents when they were rocking the what I want to say the
Eldorado.
the Eldorados.
You know what I'm saying? Big
Yeah,
Buicks.
Oh,
exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. They had the
Exactly.
old school. We have the more modern day
Exactly.
school. We got the era cars from the hip hop era.
Right.
Yeah.
Our cars come from the hip hop era when Paid in Full, Rakim, everybody wanted that 300C. Everybody wanted that drop or that E30, the BMW. You know what I'm saying? So our cars have a different signature. You see what I'm saying? And at the same time, the wheels just throw an extra.
They put an extra pop.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because it brings out the exterior.
Right.
So when we building these cars, it's not an overnight thing. When we building these cars, first it starts from the motor. That's for me. Then it starts from the interior. Then it starts from the exterior. Then to the chassis. Then the suspension.
Yep.
Then the wheels. You know what I mean? And this is the way I built my car. It's not over that night thing. Like I said, it took me 3 years to build my car.
Same with me.
Most people,
3 years. That sounds about right. That's about how long it took me to start doing. I mean, I've been messing with mine for a little longer than that, but like the majority of my work's about 3 years.
yeah, most of us, 3 years.
The last few
Yeah.
years. So
So the BBS thing, which is actually a black business services, right? So actually, it brings the community out. You see what I'm saying? Because hip hop started at the same time when these cars came out.
Yeah.
You gotta think about it.
Yeah.
You
And
know what I'm saying?
that's the thing too. Like a lot of younger generation, they don't really know the cars that y'all drive.
No,
They also don't know
no.
the wheels and the history behind
the
it.
history
Right.
behind it.
Them cars are hip hop. Back
Thank
in the
you.
80s, every
Yes.
hip hop artist
Yes.
on his cover had one of them cars on the
Yes.
cover
Facts.
showing,
Facts.
you know,
Right.
the culture.
Yeah.
The JDMs, you had the Europeans, you had the Saabs, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
The
Saab.
only thing you don't see,
Had it lined out.
Y'all bringing memories back though.
yeah, listen, the only thing you don't see
Man.
right now in our culture with the cars that we have is a Peugeot and a Jetta. We have everything else. You know what I'm saying? We got everything
You
else.
find somebody with a
I'm
drive.
actually surprised y'all don't have a
A
Peugeot, maybe because they're a little harder to find.
It's
I'm
a,
surprised y'all got a Jetta.
yes, listen,
I've been screaming that for how long?
yeah.
Hey, anybody?
I've been screaming that since we started the chat.
My highway outlaws people, y'all. I know it's one of y'all out there with a Jetta that's in Baltimore area.
Nah, we've been.
No, nobody has a Jetta.
Y'all lacking right now.
But
I see Jettas all the damn time. Yeah, Jettas coming to our meets all the time.
Hey, yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna tell you this:
I know why you call
you
them.
cannot find our era cars. The cars that we have today, you cannot find them.
Yeah, that's right.
I guarantee you that. So that's what makes our cars unique. You can't find our cars.
You can't.
Be upside down.
Not yet.
Not yet. My bad, live. My bad, live. I love y'all. There we go. We good.
To jump on that though about
Is it good?
y'all's
Is it good?
cars
Is it
and
good?
shit like
Is
that.
it good?
That's something else I want to touch on too.
Did it
Right.
No, it didn't.
Oh, it never flipped.
Yo, hey, shout out to Samsung and y'all's camera, because that's crazy how it didn't flip.
No, it didn't.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, I'm about to say, man.
Oh, there it goes. It's just a delay.
Anybody got any questions or comments yet?
So you know us, right? I love
Nah, nobody saying that.
I love going to different car meets. I love seeing different era cars. You know, even your cars.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Even though y'all have a newer type cars, we all get ideas. We all got the same mindset because we all come into car meets and we seeing each other's. I call it a gift, right? Because look at the age we are, right? Most people who do what we do, they don't start doing what we're doing until the age of 60 and 70 years old. So I feel like we're ahead of our time. If you really think about it, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Especially with the building these cars, it's expensive.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And it's funny, you say that, Anthony. My son looking at me. He's 20, 25. Get me an old school. I said, do you really know what it takes to build this? I said, you watching me build this car. I said, you really want to know what it takes to build it? He looked at me, yeah, you're right, but I like it, Dad, I like it. I said, well, come up to a car meet with me, then you'll understand and get the history on it.
Yeah.
Because I've noticed I start seeing a lot of the young kids, like, I want to get one. Well, where can I find that at? Anthony said, you know how hard it is to find these cars?
We're gonna pass. Listen, things that we doing. The youngins are watching us.
Yeah.
Every last one of us is in, right? We're gonna pass this culture down.
Look, not even just the younger ones that are getting into the car scene. The kids.
Yeah.
Even, like my car, right? Y'all know my car. Everybody sees my car. It's fucking rallied out like I want it to be.
Right.
Almost. It'll be done this weekend.
Right.
But I'll be driving on 15 or on 70 or whatever, and I'll see a kid. I'll see like a 5-year-old kid in the back of the car just looking at the car.
Yeah.
I don't give a shit if there's a cop around me or not. I'm dropping gears and I'm rolling out just to show off for him.
Yeah,
because
yeah.
at one point we were that kid.
Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's
Exactly.
a good point, man.
That's a fact.
And another thing I want to say too is, and piggybacking off what you said,
Yes.
and this is, we're gonna get into like this topic in a little bit because I kind of want to ask you guys a couple other questions, all a little off topic. But one thing I will say is when we're talking about passing down the culture to the younger generations, right? The one thing I'm personally worried about with this generation and the coming generations is that because everything is like on social media,
Yeah.
Right.
they're seeing, so what they're doing is they're seeing your guys' cars, right? They're seeing the finished product, right?
Right.
And to piggyback off what your son said, you're like, oh, Dad, I want to get something like this because they see what you made of it. But unfortunately, because of the way social media is structured, everybody's seeing the glorious part of everything, but no
Right,
one
yeah.
sees the process to get
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
So everybody thinks that you just go purchase something and it's that.
Right.
Like we need to also show the reality of the grind
Right.
and everything that it takes to get to that point, which is why I'm trying to work with, and I'm going to talk to you guys about this offline at a later point. We're trying to work on a documentary of the entire DMV car scene, and we want to get into like those nitty gritty things. Like we're going to go talk to you guys and a lot of the other like bigger older clubs, and like get like a history of everything, and like really show what it took to get from A to where we are now, right?
Yeah.
Most of us aren't even at Z.
No,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Not even close.
We're not even
We
at
still
Z.
building.
Yeah, yeah,
We
yeah.
still building.
Yeah. We passed A.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're not at Z though.
We still building our cars.
That's what I'm saying.
Everybody's finished.
I bought my 1994 Accolade Coupe 6-speed. Bought that in 2020 in the middle of COVID when COVID jumped off. It took me 3 years, almost 3.5 years to build it. To really get it to where
I know.
the car was drivable. Don't get me wrong. I drove it around, did everything, but to really start putting the money into it.
Right.
$1,000 here, $200 here,
Yeah.
$2,000 here. This is breaking. I can't find this part. I gotta look on eBay.
Yeah.
$300 here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It adds up.
And that's the
It
thing.
does.
$300. You look at $300, and by itself, it's not a lot of money. But
Right.
then when you keep looking over the last 6 months, and you
Yeah.
notice you had $300 charges. Okay,
Right.
now you had 3,000.
Yeah.
And it starts adding up, and that's the smaller part.
Right.
And it doesn't stop. That's what people don't understand.
Yeah.
So I'm building. I have a Chevy Avalanche 2005. That's my other project truck. I'm trying to
Right.
make to like Highway Outlaws show joint. I bought it for $2,500.
Wow.
Right.
I got it from
That's
Georgia.
about right.
Had about 200,000 miles on it. Got it from my dad's a mechanic. One
Okay.
of his customers had it, trying to get rid of it. Blah blah
Yeah.
blah. I picked it up. I was like, damn, $2,500. I got a truck that can tow cars and blah blah blah.
Yeah,
Wow, okay.
yeah.
I got it end up here. Let me tell you something, bro. Reality kicked in, bro. I was like, yo, okay.
On the way,
I gotta get this motherfucker inspected.
Yes.
I took it to the inspection joint. The paper list of the inspections that I had to fix before I can get it before I get it passed.
Yeah.
I was like, dude, I was like, Dad, You told me this truck was $2,500 and it was a good deal. I'm like, the amount of work that has to go into the thing to get it even inspected so I can get it registered in Maryland, it's like probably another $6,000 if you paid someone to do it.
Yeah.
Luckily, me and my dad was able to do all the work ourselves.
Y'all
But it
know.
was hours and hours of work to do. And after we did it, got inspected, right? Passed Maryland inspection, we all good to go. Now guess what happens?
Fall, bro.
Shit keeps no. Shit keeps breaking on the truck.
See?
Bro, I didn't after all is said and done, the last thing I did on the truck, transmission went out.
No,
Wow.
Had to get the transmission rebuilt.
See?
Luckily, I took me and my dad took the trans out. I got a hookup. Thank God that I know people in the car scene. Got a hookup with a guy that was able to put the rebuild kit in, and I had to put the transmission back in. Got the truck up. Truck was down for goddamn. You keep calling me. The truck was down for a couple months. Then I got the transmission back in. Drove it for a week. Guess what happens? The damn rear brakes went out.
Wow.
As I'm driving down the road, I lose brakes. I had to drive up on a hill.
The
Stop
Chevys
the
are known
car,
for
bro.
that.
Stop-
They're known for that. The Suburbans,
And leave
the
all the brakes
Denali's.
fluid out, bro.
Yup.
Wow.
You gotta get all new brake lines because that's gotta be somewhere about 04 back.
05, it's 05.
Yes,
Wow.
it's an avalanche.
Yeah.
All the Chevys do that. GMC, all of them do that.
It's just funny how we
I ain't
sit
lying.
here talking and how y'all guys call culture and I call culture how we just come
Yeah.
together.
Oh, it's the same struggle.
You know,
Yeah,
yeah,
it's
yeah.
different car,
100.
different car, same struggle.
Yeah.
That's it. That's
Different
it.
cars,
That's
same
it.
struggle.
That's it. That's
It's
it.
the
But the
same thing.
newer cars, it costs a lot more than what we have,
Well, yeah,
right?
yeah.
Y'all,
Yeah.
see, when y'all break something, they're going for y'all automatically off the
Or
top.
like
Right.
Audi's electronics.
Yes.
My
You know how much
Audi.
it costs? You know how much it costs for me to? You know how much it costs for the rebuild kit for my transmission? A stage 5 rebuild kit, which is much. So basically, my transmission is now much stronger than if I had just bought a
Yeah.
rebuild. So I paid $450 for the rebuild
For the
kit.
kit.
Right.
And the dude I paid to rebuild the transmission was only $750.
Right.
So
that's
all
good.
in, I paid $1,250 for a better than new transmission.
Yeah.
Right.
Because I
Yeah.
took it,
Stronger
yeah,
car.
because I took it out myself and put it back in.
Now,
There was no labor cost.
now
It
let's
was time.
let's play the devil's advocate.
I'm
on that.
ASC certified, so
Look,
okay,
I'm
you
under
know,
the hood. I'm
you
under
know.
the hood.
And luckily, because these older trucks well, number one, because it's a truck, it was
Right.
a lot easier to take the transmission out.
Yeah.
Right.
And number two, because I don't have an all-wheel drive truck, it
No,
saved me a
yeah,
lot of
yeah,
effort and
yeah,
time.
yeah.
And because it was so much room,
Mm-hmm.
it wasn't that. I mean, it was like a couple bolts that was in some. Yo, whoever was a Chevy engineer back in 2005, y'all can go to hell.
I don't want to hear
Because
about it.
whoever put them damn top bolts, bro, whoever put them 2 top bolts on the top of that goddamn 4L65E transmission,
Yeah.
y'all dudes hated us because I just don't understand. I ain't even get into this. I don't understand why car engineers do things they do. They knew damn well that somebody was about to take the transmission out, and they knew them 2 bolts
Yeah.
was impossible to get unless you was a goddamn contortionist.
Yeah.
And like me and my dad did 99% of the work in like an hour and a half.
Wow.
Those 2 bolts took us another hour and a half just by
I
themselves.
believe it. I
Because we
believe
could
it.
not get to the 2 bolts,
I
bro.
believe
Okay, let's talk about hard shit. Let's talk about terrible shit to work on. Okay, my Audi was in the shop for a month last year because I went through a puddle of water and fried my
Oh, yeah, that was
parking
funny.
brake module.
I believe you.
Hold on, which in turn fried the ABS module, the sport control
Wow.
module, the drive control module, my
All
parking
electronic.
brake, and my ABS.
Damn German car.
Now I got
Yeah.
it fixed, and it's been fine.
Do that.
But this man right here, right? We was getting ready to go to Fall Brawl. Okay,
Right.
starter went out on the Camaro. I go over to the house. It takes me an hour and 45 minutes to pull the starter out, and 15 minutes to put the new one back in.
Yeah. My starter would not come out the Camaro.
Word.
No,
It
no,
was-
Oh, it's frozen.
No. Trying
Heat
to
shield.
physically move it
Yeah.
around. Like,
Oh, that's
It's
good
just-
shit. Yeah.
Just
Yeah. Yeah.
and
It's
15
crazy.
minutes to put it back in.
Enough.
because now you already know. how
Yeah.
to
Yeah,
do
no.
I
it.
was like playing Tetris, bro.
My Chrysler,
Wow.
my Chrysler race car. You know my
Yes.
Chrysler.
Yes.
I've worked on that car. I built that motor in my bedroom. I've worked on that car so much. It
Word.
takes me 30 minutes to pull the heads completely.
Damn.
30 minutes, and I can pull the heads completely off.
That's crazy.
But yeah, oh, you know what? Before I get too off topic, all right, I got a couple questions about the BBS Boys stuff.
Go ahead.
All right, so we know where y'all came from. We know the history of it. We know kind of what you guys are about. What kind of? That's crazy. What kind of? Yo, that's crazy. That's crazy.
That is
phone
the
too heavy.
worst
It
stand
must
I've
be
ever
too
seen
heavy
in my
for
life.
Actually, you know what? Now that it's actually set up this way, it actually looks even. It's actually stable as hell now. It ain't gonna move no more. So let me ask you a question. Where I know y'all came from and all that other good stuff. What are you doing now? Like what do you guys do
What are your plans?
besides like yeah, what do you guys I know so we all did a collab with the Christmas toy drive.
Yes.
But besides the Christmas toy I know right, besides the Christmas toy drive, what other stuff do y'all do?
Well, we did quite a few movies.
Right.
Yeah, we did some
Yeah.
movies.
All right, you gotta explain.
The first movie we did was, if I can remember,
BMF.
BMF. First Lady BMF. We was talking about the young lady in Detroit.
Okay.
All our cars was in that movie. Vivica Fox directed that actual.
Did y'all get a chance to meet her?
Huh?
Did y'all get a chance to meet her?
I wasn't
I'm
there,
hating.
but a couple of members met her
I'm hating, bro.
on set.
Hey,
Yeah.
Vivica used to be fine as hell. I ain't seen her lately.
yeah.
And this is where we trying to go with
Yeah.
this culture.
Okay.
We trying to take this to a whole
Yeah,
nother level.
the Baltimore crew did the First Lady BMF documentary series. We actually did another movie series in DC with Rayford Evans.
Rayford
That was
Evans.
the second
Yep.
some more stuff we did. And we also did a couple video shoots. One was with
Jay Stone.
Jay Stone,
Correct.
Nipsey Hussle's right-hand artist before Nipsey died.
Mhm.
We did a video shoot with him in Drew Hill Park.
Correct.
Dope.
And right now, that's all if I can remember. Anthony might remember some more, but that's what I can remember.
That's what's up, man. So you guys are looking to expand the culture into like mainstream media?
Yes.
Yes.
I like that, man.
Yes.
You know what? And that's why I kind of tell people, you know, and I keep saying these like little side comments, but I think it's important just to say when we are talking to you guys out there that are doing like some of these bigger pages and stuff, I think a lot of you guys, and this I swear to God, this is no shade to nobody, so please don't take offense to this. I think I see a lot of these, and I'm not gonna name anybody specifically, but I see some of these up and coming really big pages, even bigger than our pages.
Yeah.
They have this audience and this like amazing opportunity, and I think they're shortchanging themselves because they're painting themselves into this small box to where they're only thinking about what they can do with like social media clout. Like guys, I don't think y'all understand that 20 years ago, the opportunities that y'all have right now wasn't available.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
Like we would have the BBS boys and stuff like that without Instagram and social media.
Right.
You would really only get an opportunity to like show off in your local community.
That's it.
Right.
There ain't nobody like we got dudes that so we met with you guys know who RSP is?
James, the owner of
James.
RSP.
He runs like the right now he's like the hottest Mopar shop in.
He's got the
Right.
fastest track hawk in the
Really?
world.
He has the fastest
Okay.
track hawk in the world.
Okay.
It's crazy.
So we're doing a collab with RSP,
Okay.
and we went to go meet with him this past
Okay.
weekend. So we met with him, and it was a good meeting and whatever. He was like, "Yo, this dude is tuning cars out in Dubai.
He got flown out to Dubai.
He got
to
flown to
race.
Dubai race and won the competition
Yeah.
out in Dubai. He showed us the trophy. It was like this big ass key. It was cool as hell. But the point I'm saying this is that without social media, that opportunity would not have become.
Exactly.
We would know that this dude,
Exactly.
we would know that this dude has badass cars,
Right.
but everybody out here wouldn't know unless they somehow were watching like maybe something that was on TV.
Right.
So when you guys have these dope social media platforms, y'all should look to do more than just get likes, right?
Yeah.
Like y'all should be looking at it as a business opportunity. Cause like these guys getting their movies and documentaries, a lot of y'all have that same opportunity. And I believe that a lot of y'all have the talent too. Even look, I'm older, right? I'm not that old. I'm 40. I just turned 41 January. I find it hard to relate to the younger car community sometimes. Like I'm trying to put content out.
Yeah.
My younger partners, they relate a lot easier to the younger guys, and they'll make like a post, and their post gets 500 likes.
Yeah.
I'm posting stuff that's ain't getting 100 likes max. I'm like, damn, y'all hate me,
Yeah.
but it's just a different thing. Like they
Yes.
they understand the younger generation. If you're in that position where you're like getting the attention of people,
The traction.
the traction, use that opportunity to make something more than just like a bunch of likes, right? Like
Right.
put some bread in your pocket.
Even if it's not, money wise, like use your platform to put out a good message, like
Right.
encourage somebody, because you never know who's gonna watch that.
Exactly.
Right.
You
I mean,
can
these
have,
guys got Vivica. Dude, when you say Vivica A. Fox directed something y'all was in, I guarantee you 90% of everybody who watching don't even know who the hell that is.
See?
Right.
But I grew up. That girl was how the heck? That was somebody. I was like,
I'm gonna say this: if anybody watches what's 50s, all of 50 shows he did,
yeah,
Power, right?
Power,
Yeah.
all of those
Raising
that he
Cain.
did, Raising Canaan, all of those he did. Those cars, they're not particularly our cars, but they in that era of
Right.
cars that
Yes.
we have.
right.
Yes.
Like prime example, the Wu-Tang documentary series that they did.
Mhm.
They had a couple four-door legends that was sitting in there.
Yeah.
People ain't peeped that. They did. You know what I mean? Like all those cars, they're in that realm. I tell everybody, the cars that we have is between 1980 to 1999. In that area. We tell a lot of people, if you try to get these cars in that area, that era, because that's where, we try to keep it. But if you want to get some new, we don't discriminate.
Yeah.
Go get a 2000. Go
I
whatever you want to
y'all
get.
had like a new Mercedes, like
Yeah.
S-Class.
Yeah,
I
Well,
we
somebody-
don't
somebody had
discriminate.
the
We don't
Maybach.
discriminate.
Yeah.
One of our guys had the Maybach. He's from
Yeah, the Maybach.
Delaware.
Yeah.
He's from Delaware. He also has a he has a
He has the F600.
Yeah.
that's
V12.
I think it's a
Yeah.
97.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's
No, it's
he bought that
93.
from Cali, and that's hard
Yes.
to find.
Yeah.
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 So
and
I
even
know
take it further than that, like you can even go farther back into the 60s and 70s too, because you got like the 64 Impalas, the 67
Yes.
Riviera.
Yes.
And I know that because my dream build car is a 67 Riviera, Boattail Riviera.
Yeah.
Yes.
I can't find one
No.
anywhere.
Yeah.
No.
Or if you find one, they're gonna.
Yes.
they
You know where you
gonna
are.
pay for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look at the NSX.
Yeah.
That's my dream car.
Yeah,
The
that's
Acura
great.
NSX.
Yeah,
I
that's
would
nice.
love that.
just to be fair, just to be clear, you're talking about the older NSX.
Yeah.
All the NSX.
Pop-up, right?
Yes.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
91,
Some
92.
people might think it's the new.
No, not the new one. I
Yeah.
like the new one.
They pretty.
Yes,
I think
they
it's
pretty. I don't take nothing
With
away.
that
Different
pop-up
car.
Yes.
Different car.
Yes.
And
it's
we're
so
not
crazy.
trying to, our car culture, we're not trying to force it on guys, but if you want to come apart, we're glad to have you.
Yeah,
Just
right.
like y'all guys have
Yeah.
your car culture. Let's all meet as one and go from there. But if it leads to another chapter, want to open up a BBS Boys, call us up. We'll tell you how I go about
Yeah.
opening it up.
So you guys are open to having other chapters open if the conditions are correct.
Yeah.
And that's one thing that I think that's another step that we will eventually take. Is
Eventually,
having
yeah.
other chapters. Because one thing we want to do as well is we want to, like, obviously we have a little different way that we go about the culture than you guys. Not that it's better or worse, just different. So we are more of like throwing like shows and stuff like that to like
Yeah.
showcase. Like again, you guys came through, you guys won our DMV
Best
Auto
group.
Show.
Right,
Best group.
yeah,
Y'all
yeah.
came through deep, and we appreciate you guys for showing up deep like that. 'Cause that support was amazing, by the way.
Right.
But you guys won that. But so our way of doing the car culture is to give a platform
Mm-hmm.
for people that put a lot of money and effort into their cars, their crew, to show that off to a wider community.
Yeah.
You guys are more of the content.
Yeah.
So we're more of the showcase, and you're the content. Everything has to work synergistically. We can't do what we do without you guys, right?
Right.
And so I think that's important for people to really realize that the car culture is so multifaceted that you can't just say because they do this and you do that and this whatever, like you're better or they're worse than you are, because everybody has to fit into a specific puzzle part
Right.
for that whole thing to come together.
But what?
Go ahead. He wants to
Right.
he has something to say. Please. go
Now
ahead.
the DMV car show,
Please.
when y'all do it,
Yes.
we brought home 3.
Oh, you're
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
Yeah.
The
That's
Maybach,
Maybach.
the E90 Benz,
Yep.
and the Best Car Club.
Y'all, I think y'all did the best. The only person that came second to y'all was Leg Day Tesla.
Yeah.
She won because of her she won
Yeah.
the best rap, and
Best
I think
rap.
she won best
Yeah.
overall.
Okay, yeah.
Other than that, you guys won the
Yeah.
most
For
trophies.
two-tone.
Yeah. I like
Now,
it.
You guys won the most overall.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now, at the same time, I'm gonna talk about this because you know.
We gonna get. Hey, let's get into it. Let's get into it. Get into it. Let's go. Talk shit. Talk your shit.
2 of our guys got robbed, right?
Talk your shit, right?
I want to say Corey has got robbed, and he's one of the ambassadors with
Okay.
Todd
Okay.
Malone,
Okay.
right? CJ, he got robbed on his trophy because they did a mix up, feel me?
Yep.
And he has the box maximum
Yep.
with the kid on.
The
it,
Yeah.
gold with the
Yeah.
He got robbed,
Yeah, he got
right? And y'all, what happened was the trophy was displayed wrong. Same thing with the Maybach, right? How can a 190E compare to a Maybach? The Maybach is the godfather of all the Benzes.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I understand sometimes as young contestants
Yeah.
that's up there saying, look, the judge is like, well, I'm going to pick this over that, right? That goes to show you he don't know too much about the car world besides the new era. He should have never picked the Maybach, the 190 over a Maybach. You crazy? You know what I'm saying? And not only that, it was only one Maxima there with that body kit on it that came up in that 80s and 90s era.
Yeah.
With the hip hop era,
Mm-hmm.
that's how it used to be. Everybody wanted that car like that.
Hey, may I for one moment?
Go ahead.
May I? Okay. I have an explanation for this, guys.
Go ahead.
Not an excuse, but an explanation. No. It's just an explanation. Okay.
I had to leave earlier.
Okay.
You see what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
leave.
I had to leave
Let me give
earlier.
you an explanation. So there was 2 things that happened here in our last show. So one thing that I wanted to make a clear effort for the last show was to have the judging on point.
Mhm.
We spent a lot of money, a lot of time
Yeah.
making sure that we had the judging correct, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Unfortunately, there's always one thing that is a failure point in every single plane. And I'm
Yeah,
gonna tell you what that is. That's human.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I
Yes, I agree
had a foolproof plan.
Right.
We bought tablets
Right.
for every single judge to use, not sheets of paper. We bought tablets. I created a spreadsheet. Personally, created a spreadsheet. I know y'all know.
We
I
took
do
like
IT.
7
Yes.
hours to make
I
that
do
one.
IT. I created a spreadsheet. That spreadsheet was on every single judge's tablet.
We sat in his kitchen for 7 hours
Yes.
doing
Wow.
Right.
I trying to know because people can be like, how come we all charge them for the DV auto show? I'm gonna tell y'all why. Because a lot of effort goes into this shit and a lot of money goes into this
it. Look, y'all don't understand. We put the last show that we hosted, we had over 1,000 hours planning it.
shit easily. A man out at least.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that one person.
Man, yeah.
So when we set this up, I assigned a single judge to be the head judge, and this judge was supposed to make sure all the other judges was following our protocol. Okay, before the show, I met with the judges and I showed them how we do the judging, how everything's gonna work. Right? Everybody said, "Gotcha, T." Day of the judging comes up. Right? Everybody gets their tablet.
Tell me everything went out the window.
Everything's cool. These dudes, so me as an individual, I'm trusting my head to like make sure.
People were paid to do it.
And the judges were paid. This was not a free thing.
Mhm.
Everybody was having a good time. I'm over here trying to make sure the show's going smooth. I can't sit there and babysit the judges.
Yeah.
Because these dudes are getting paid well to judge.
Yeah.
Right.
Now at the end of the show, I'm like, okay, I need the tablets. I need to see what we got. There's judges decided somewhere in between me giving them the tablet and the end that they would do their own thing.
Wow.
So how it's supposed to work is every judge had a certain class they were supposed to judge. So
Yeah.
they wouldn't get overwhelmed, right?
Right.
I didn't want everybody to go try to judge 400 cars.
Right.
So these dudes decided, oh, the hell with what Torian said. I'm going to judge whatever cars I want to judge. So at the end,
I get it now.
there's gaps everywhere, right?
I get it now.
Now, at the end of the day, I will say this. Me, as the host of the DMV Auto Show, I am ultimately responsible for everything that happens. So anybody that had a car that wasn't judged or wasn't judged correctly, that's on me. I take responsibility. Whether or not I was directly involved or not, doesn't matter. If you're a leader, you take responsibility no matter what.
And we did try to correct it.
Right.
We did try to correct
But
it.
here with that said, I've kind of already said this already, but I apologize to anybody that felt like their car wasn't fairly judged. We are a work in progress. Every show we level up. The next show we have, which we will have another DMV Auto Show this year, will not be the same as last year.
Yes.
I will not accept anything other than perfection. That is my standard. If you, all the people that we had last year, there's one judge that I had last year that I will bring back.
Yeah.
Wow.
Because this one judge was the one person that actually did 100% what he's supposed to do.
Yeah.
One of them I could,
And actually
mention.
tried to help us fix the shit.
What thing
Cornbread.
was in the
Yeah.
JDM?
Cornbread.
No.
Oh,
Cornbread is one of the people that effed up.
word.
Yeah,
I can't believe that.
No. He's a cool. He was a cool guy.
Yeah.
But he did not do
what
what
he asked
Right.
him to do.
There's one guy, and I actually, you know what? I'm gonna say his name. F it. His name is Tommy. He runs another big car club called TNA.
Okay.
Right.
Tommy was 100% professional.
Yep.
His tablet was exactly 100% what it's supposed to be.
And he actually tried to help us
And
fix the
he
shit at the
stayed,
end.
and after he realized stuff wasn't right, he stayed later after the show and helped us get it together. Other judges, and you know what? Fuck this dude. I'm gonna call him out because I don't like this motherfucker. John from Alter Racing.
Wow.
Hey, no, fuck this dude. I'm not gonna go into what he did, but
Right.
out of all the judges, that's when I'll say fuck him. I would never fuck him ever, bro. This dude literally took advantage of me in a way that is crazy that I've never seen another car enthusiast try to take advantage of somebody over.
No, fuck that. I'm outing it. I'm outing it. I don't give a fuck.
Go ahead, Jake. Out.
If you
Hey, yo, you know what? Have me as one of them coats. I'm about to do one of them coats. We gonna come. We gonna
Sometimes our emotions get in the way, though, right? Of the universe.
Yeah.
Sometimes the universe.
This is an emotional thing. This is on the business level.
Yeah. You know what? But it's not even just this. A lot of people that's associated with him, they actually broke ties.
Yeah, facts.
Because the way he does business, man, it's
Word,
bad
it's not
business.
good.
Really,
Well,
it's bad
not
business.
good.
look, I'm outing it because this is a business thing. This is not a personal thing.
Yeah.
If you see this shit, you know why I'm doing it. If you come to a show, if we hired you to come to our show and judge at our show,
Right.
you ask us, hey, can I bring a tent for my wife to sit under because she's pregnant? Cool, that's fine.
Right.
Of course, that's perfectly fine. My wife is pregnant.
Right.
I'm going to do the same fucking thing when we have
Right.
our show.
Right.
But when you come out, you set up a fucking tent. Then you start setting up your merch and selling your merch, and then you park other cars with your tent.
Ooh.
Bro,
Nah.
let me tell you something. No, it gets worse. It gets worse.
Slick.
He doesn't have a wife, my man. The lady, no, this is what I found out. The lady that he said was his wife was one of his employees. This dude set a tent up in the middle of our vendor section, was selling merch, had 3 cars displayed
On the backside
that
of our
didn't
tent.
pay to get in. Every other vendor paid. This dude set up a vendor section. And then he didn't even judge. This man was so busy trying to worry about his vending tent that he didn't even judge correctly.
Wow.
And then at
That's
the end,
work.
he tried to say that it's the craziest part. This dude tried to tell me that I actually owed him more money because he stayed after to help. I was like, bro, I was like, yo, let me tell you something, bro. Let me tell you something. I'm from Southeast. I'm like, you about to see the hood come out. So I told him, I said, just go ahead and leave my show.
Yeah.
And we'll talk later. I said, 'cause I want to be professional, but you being so ridiculous. I had dudes coming up, rightfully so, that was real pissed off about their car not being judged.
Yeah.
I was fine with it. I took the bumps because again, that's my responsibility. But it's just crazy that not only did you F up, but then you didn't even take responsibility and told me I owed you more money.
Word.
So with that being said, and staying with a positive tone, our next D&B Auto Show, obviously, we're gonna reinvite the BBS boys, right? We're gonna give y'all.
Y'all gonna have a space.
We're gonna
like
give
a
y'all.
full-on space.
We're gonna give y'all a hookup. We ain't gonna say what it is publicly, but we're gonna give y'all a hookup, and we want you guys to represent again. And this time, we're not gonna ever personally judge our shows
Yeah.
for obvious reasons.
Yeah.
But this time, I am going to very strictly have certain judges that have passed a background check.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Like you
yes.
gotta know stuff about cars.
JDM, long as
Yup.
JDM,
Yup.
I'm good.
And that's
We had a JDM, but we had a JDM judge. That's the crazy part. We had a JDM judge, bro.
Yup.
Got you.
See, this is why I say, me personally, I would love to see all the community come together
See,
as one.
This is what
Right?
I would love to see
Because
it.
then, guess what? I would know what Torian did to his car, Jake, Troy, my guy, Ray, Lee. Right? I would love to see, I would love to know, I would know what everybody has done to their car. So me, it wouldn't be an emotional thing. I know what he did, what you did, what he did. Listen, I know it's nothing but a 5-star.
Yeah.
It's all 5-star.
That's the beauty of the car show.
Exactly.
Just to hear somebody say what they got under the hood.
Exactly. And this is the reason why we come to
And
these
you
car
knowing
meets.
how much you
Yes.
spend on. You did what?
Let me ask you.
Yeah.
Let me ask you a question. And this is a good question. I'm gonna ask both of you guys as well. In 30 seconds or less, if you go to a car show, right? What to you would be a 5-star show? Like, what is that you want to see in a show that would make you be like, damn, that was the best show I've ever been to? What's the most important aspects? If you could do it in 30 seconds or less.
30 seconds. I think just good cars.
Okay.
People who put that time and that effort in the car, and he want to tell his story. Because I'm not a muscle car guy.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But if the car's right, I'm a muscle car guy for that 30 seconds when he want to tell me about this muscle car.
Got you.
You know what I'm saying? I'm JDM. I'm Euro.
Right.
But when it comes to Corvettes and Chargers, and if it's right, it's right. It ain't nothing you can say about it. That's all I want to see. Good cars.
So would you like to see? So let's say theoretically we had an auto show, right?
Mhm.
If we had the winners of a certain class, right? Do you think we should give them like 60 seconds to talk about their car after they pick their trophy up?
I think you should give them 120 seconds.
Okay, so we should give them 10. So I'm saying, because that's a good idea.
2 minutes.
Like, we want,
This is a good
because
idea.
we want to
Name 2
provide the
minutes.
best thing. And we want to. I'm the kind of person that I'm gonna think outside the box. I want to do
90
something that everybody's
seconds.
not doing. Because a lot of times you go get your trophy, right? You go to a car show, you get your trophy. Hey man, you got the best Chevy. Take the trophy, take a picture, get out of here, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you think
Yeah.
giving them a chance to talk
Yeah,
about
you
their
gotta give them,
Yeah.
like Ray said, you gotta give them a little bit of chance to talk about it.
This is
Okay.
this is
I like that. I like that idea.
Yeah,
man. That's
yeah.
good.
That's gonna change the community of y'all group.
Let me
People gonna love to want to come. Yo, I'm going to Highway Outlaws. Why? Because they let me explain. You know how many people like us who got the same mindset and love their car?
yeah.
Right?
Well, let me jump off that. On another episode we did, we was talking about this, and my explanation was your car, the way you build your car, doesn't matter what car it is. It can be a car, it can be a bike, it can be a semi.
Yeah.
I've got a buddy who came out that brought the semis out.
Right.
I saw that. I wanted to jump in and take off with
Oh
it.
yeah, they got some nice
Yeah, I
trucks.
saw
Yes.
it. I saw
Yeah.
it.
Love it.
So shout out to Alvin and his dad. Thank you. But like,
Oh,
oh, Sheaf. But no, when you build your car, it doesn't matter what car or bike it is. Your car becomes an extension of your personality.
Yes.
And once you have that opportunity to tell that story, like if somebody walks up and asks me, "Hey, what's under your car? Hey, why'd you build your car?" I'm gonna sit there and I'm gonna tell you why.
Exactly.
But it has to be. It's the people who are genuinely interested are the
Yes.
ones who will come up and do that.
Exactly.
Yes.
There you
Yes.
go.
And,
Yes.
and the beauty of that, once again, y'all can have the same exact cars in each other.
Yes.
And
Yep.
they both did something completely
Completely
different because they got
Yep.
2 different personalities.
Yep.
yeah.
It's
Yeah.
funny
Go ahead. It's your turn. Your turn. Go ahead.
when I'm gonna piggyback off of Ray. Give them 90 to 120 seconds.
Okay.
At least talk. Break the car down. Not talk too long because people get
Yeah.
tired.
No, what time the Jane? You know how people are.
Yeah. And I'm like him. Just let's keep it clean. And I'm like him. Put the effort in the car. Just don't throw an exhaust on it. Don't just throw the motor in. The motor's half done. Don't just throw the interior in. The interior is half finished. At least complete the whole car till its entirety.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
That way you got something to talk about.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Even
That's
if
how I
it
look
takes
So hold on.
years.
So what would be your to make sure I'll make sure I get your really input because I think this is really good input because Ray's input was amazing by the way. But I keep hearing a phone go off. You hear
Yeah,
that?
it's my.
Okay. So what would be if you went to a 5-star car show? What would be the top things that you would want to see in a car show? Doesn't matter what it is, whether it's presentation, whether it's organization, whether it's judging. What is the most important thing
You
you like?
just said it.
So
Organization, presentation.
go into that a little bit more.
Presentation to me, organization having everything organized. You come in, we're such and such called, we're Highway Outlaws. We already got y'all guys set up. Y'all guys go over there. Y'all set up over there. Here go all y'all keys, whatever y'all supposed to have. Another group come in. We're the BMORE BBS BOYZ. Or we got y'all guys set up over there. Everybody already got their own section.
Okay.
Lined up everything.
Okay.
Presentation, when you go there, everything is organized, clean. no misconstrued. Everything is just like a well-oiled machine.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean?
Gotcha.
To me, they the only things right now I can think of.
No, that's good.
Because
I
I've only
hear
been
that.
to a few. I haven't been to a lot. I had to go to more to really soak
yeah.
it in.
Yeah.
But right now, as far as what I see, that's what I.
Let me ask you a question. Again, I'm brainstorming right now. As I hear you talk, I get ideas.
Yeah.
One thing that I really think would be really cool for like our next type of show.
Mm-hmm.
Let's say we have the BBS boys come, right?
Yeah.
Let's say you guys say, okay, we're bringing 12 members right here.
Yeah.
So to me, because we know you're bringing 12 members, we already have your 12 spots set up.
Yeah.
That's something we already did the last show. We already knew that you guys were bringing a certain amount. We had a spot set up. What I would like to do is, I would like to have, for crews that have a certain amount of people come, I want to have, like, you ever seen those stand-up banner things?
Yeah.
Yes.
I want to have a stand-up banner. So if you guys pay a certain amount of money for y'all spots, I want you guys to also have like a stand-up banner that just has the BBS boys, and y'all can design it however you want. Whether you can tell me what cards you want on it, whatever you want to say on it, and y'all spot will be blocked off. Y'all section blocked off with the BBS boy banner.
Love it.
Like stuff. I think those are the small
we
extra
talked
things
about
that make a show different. Go
We
ahead.
do have a flag though.
We do that.
Yeah. So you guys bring what y'all want, but I mean what we provide you guys. Because to me, as a host, I want to provide. So my thing is, again, I'm a perfectionist. I want to provide anything I do. I want to provide excellence. If it falls short of that, I take it personally. And my thing is, I'm not gonna get mad when y'all criticize me or tell me something's messed up. My thing is, I'm gonna make it better for the next time.
Yeah.
So when you tell me that, I'm hearing what y'all saying. I'm like, how can we level this up? Because there's a lot of car shows in the DMV.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
There's a lot of car shows.
Yes.
And I recognize personally that we aren't guaranteed to get support from people. Right? I don't take that for granted. So anybody that comes to our car show, I'm greatly grateful for that opportunity that you guys are giving us. And so when you guys give me the opportunity, I have to deliver in my mind. And if I fall short, I take it personal. And so again, I think no matter what you guys bring, whether it's banners or whatever, I want to have something there so when you guys come, y'all feel welcome to our show. Right? So when you guys come in, if y'all see the BBS boys, y'all have an 8-foot standee. And it's looking dope as hell. Y'all like, oh shit, like this is our spot right here. Y'all, it makes it feel more personal.
It makes it coming into something like that, and it makes us feel
welcome.
Wanted. Yeah. And you are wanted. And if you don't feel like that, then that means I fell short of my goal.
But I could say this.
Yes.
The last one, I felt wanted.
Right.
I'm
Y'all got the house of talent.
dude, that's awesome, man.
Yeah.
I'm glad you said, dude. That makes
Y'all
me feel
lined
so
us
good.
up perfect.
Yep.
You know, we was 40 cars deep.
Y'all was deep as hell.
Or more.
That's why y'all wanted to. Y'all wanted us
I'm gonna be honest.
We was trying more than 40.
Right now.
No, I'm talking about that
Right.
DMV.
But I get what you're saying.
But yeah,
right now.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we know we way
you
over
would-
40.
And I'm gonna be honest with y'all. Based off the conversation I had with Ant,
We way over 40.
I didn't even know y'all was bringing that many cars. When y'all came to the auto show, I was basing off what our conversation was Ant. I thought I was coming with like 10 cars. When y'all came out, I was like, yo, what the hell? I didn't even set up. I didn't even set enough space for y'all. So going forward, Ant, I'm gonna blame Ant on this. Tell me how many damn cars y'all bring.
I'm gonna take this right. You know why? I don't really say nothing?
Why?
Because we have to wait for everybody to show up.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying?
That's
I know.
It's like this.
I know.
You can sit here and say you can give a visuality and say, listen, I think it's gonna be 50 cars, and it wound up being 100 cars.
I know.
Okay, just think about it. The Philly cheesesteak run we just had, right? We didn't predict that it was gonna be 47 cars leaving from BMORE going to Delaware to pick up Delaware, South Jersey to go meet the Philly and the New York guys. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We had almost 200 cars.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that goes to show you how much the culture is growing.
And I forgot some of y'all guys came.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if it was it wasn't the Highway Outlaws. It was another crew.
Yeah, but people that
that y'all affiliated with, they came up.
That's love.
And I didn't even realize it
That's love.
until we stopped in Delaware. And I'm like, who's just pulling up? Not realizing
That's love, man.
They was with some of y'all guys that called and said, "Yo, we coming up."
Dudes pulled up with McLarens,
Yeah.
they
the
pulled up.
GT63.
You saw them pulling up.
Ferrari,
all kind of stuff.
They
So,
pulled up. Yeah.
I'm gonna show you what kind of stigma that we got on other people, right? And people looking at us like, damn, you know how many people that actually want our type cars? You can't find them.
Well, let me
You can't
jump on
find-
something real quick. Let me jump on something real
And
quick.
then we're gonna get you to get your answer.
Yeah, facts. People don't understand. Y'all have a different way of expressing the car culture than we do.
Mm-hmm.
But when it comes down to it, we're all in the same. We're all in the same
Shit.
game. We're all moving to one, make the community, make the general community that's not in the car scene look at us a little bit differently to see what we actually do and what we can offer.
Right.
Also, to encourage younger kids and the younger generation to be involved with this passion that we have.
Right.
Because if they're not involved with it, then it's gonna disappear.
Right.
Especially with the way the world's going now.
Right.
And I'm gonna piggyback off of what you said, bringing the kids in, bringing the communities in, because if you bring the kids in, they're gonna want to go to a trade school, learn
Yeah,
all about
exactly.
mechanics.
Yeah.
They're want to go to a trade school to
Yeah.
learn body shop,
Yeah.
things
Right.
to that nature.
Yeah.
Right.
And to me, that speaks volumes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh, this kid, he's out on the street, this and that. But if he come to one of these car meets,
Mhm.
how you build that? Then he going to the 9th and 10th grade of high school.
Yep.
Go to a trade school. I want to do that.
Absolutely, bro. You hit it right on the head. You know, anytime we have a car meet, Taco Tuesday, if a younger person, especially, but anybody, but if a younger person especially comes and asks about my car, I always take the
Yes.
time to go
Yes.
and answer their questions and talk to them, and engage with them. Because again, it's not about. I look at it as it's not just about me. Like I really genuinely care about the car community, right? Like I really think, like I'm looking at like where I started from.
Mm-hmm.
The opportunities I've gotten from the car community
Right.
is similar to me that I've gotten from basketball, right?
Yeah.
Like you once you realize, you humble yourself a little bit, right?
Right.
You cannot, it doesn't matter how successful you are in the car
Yep.
community, you always remember
Yeah.
that you were given this opportunity
Yes.
by other people.
Yes.
And you have to always remember that you are not bigger than the culture.
Thank
It
you.
doesn't matter who you are, bro.
That's a fact.
The moment you think you're bigger than the culture,
That's a fact.
you're gonna fucking fall on your face.
Yes, you are.
Every single time.
Yeah.
And you've seen it happen over and
Yeah.
over again. Not saying names,
Yeah.
but you've seen it happen over and over again. And so always, doesn't matter if you have a Lamborghini, doesn't matter if you have a Civic that you put $10,000 in.
Yeah.
If somebody's asking about your car, give them the respect to talk about your car and hear what they have to say, because that person is gonna be the next you.
Well, you also
Possibly.
and
bigger than you.
Or
Little-
bigger than you.
right.
Or bigger than you.
Well, a little bit. This is a little bit darker, but I feel like it needs to be said too. You never know what somebody's going through.
Yeah.
You never know what's
Yeah.
happening in their personal life. So maybe them coming out to that meet and building up the courage to come up and talk to you and ask you about your car. Maybe that's what they need to keep going.
Yep.
Give them a reason
Yep.
to not do something stupid.
Yeah.
And that's why, like, when I have somebody come up and talk to me about my car, that's not really like a thought that's in the back of my mind. It's something that I always think about afterwards. Because at one point I was in that situation.
Right.
And I'm going to sit there, and if you ask me about my car, I'm going to sit there, I'm going to talk about my car, and I'm going to talk to you, I'm going to explain to you, and I'm going to teach you what I can teach you. Because maybe that's going to give you, that, like, motivation, yeah,
Mhm.
to do something, to build your own car, no matter what it is.
Right.
That can building my cars have helped me a lot.
I'm gonna say this one story, and then I'm gonna give you the opportunity to answer the question. Without saying any names, we have these yearly things we do called the D&B block party.
Mhm.
And so what we do is we partner with Love My Car Wash over in Germantown,
Okay.
and that's where we have our Taco Tuesdays at.
Mm-hmm.
And we do a block party, and we do like a rev competition,
Car
car
limbo.
limbo, DJ. We have it's a whole.
We
it's
shut
a block.
down.
It's a block.
We shut down the entire block.
We shut down the block and we have fun. It's a good old time. Okay. One of our first block parties we went to, there was a kid that came up, and it was him and his dad. And I'm not gonna name names, but this kid was injured.
Wow.
And we were making it for VIP spots that's close to the action. You had to pay to get in.
Mhm.
Everybody else was free. Obviously, we had to make a little money some way because we spent
Right.
money.
Yeah.
So this kid wanted to park somewhere in VIP, but not take up a VIP spot. And the reason he said that is because he was very depressed. He had hurt himself very bad, and he couldn't really walk.
Okay.
So we were like, I was like, you know what? Of course, I'm gonna help you out. I'm not gonna charge you. I'm gonna fit you in this spot over here.
Yeah.
That way you're good. He really appreciated that. He has been a long time supporter of us since then.
See.
Okay. But here's the thing. What I found out later, this dude was thinking of suicide.
Mm.
Okay. He told me later that, and you know who you are, I'm not gonna name your name, but he told me later that us being kind to him actually turned his mindset around.
Wow.
And that's not trying to me brag, but that's me trying to tell you guys a lesson. I didn't even know. To me, this was not a big deal. This was me just being a basic human decency, right? Like a dude just wants a spot because he wants to enjoy the car scene. He's been like stuck in because he fucked himself up. He's been stuck in the house. He wants to get out.
Yeah.
I'm like, hell yeah, I'm gonna help you out. But how much that was like a life-changing decision for this kid. You don't know if a person's coming up to you, how being nice to them could literally save someone's life, bro.
Right.
And it's not even like me over exaggerating saying that, because I have a real world example of that happening. So that when I heard that even changed my outlook on like how I conduct myself during our meets.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter who you are. A lot of people go to, and again, I'm not calling nobody's meet out, but a lot of people go to meets. They bring a car out. This person's car wasn't great, okay? By subjective terms, even it wasn't great. By objective terms, it wasn't great. But they spent all of their time and energy and money into it that they had available. So to them, it was great.
Right.
By me not like being a elitist and be like, oh, your car's blah 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 blah, that meant the world to that person. To me, it's more important than me trying to be an elitist to like engage with the whole car community, which is why I respect. I don't know. You guys heard of DC car scene?
I probably had.
These guys, okay, yeah. These guys were these DC car scene. They were the people that dealt with the Lambos and the exotic cars. Okay. They the Capital Auto Club.
Okay.
Basically, but DC car scene took over the role that Capital Auto Club was doing.
Okay.
DC car scene recently just changed their name. They rebranded completely. So now, if you look at their Instagram, it's no longer DC car scene. They're DMV car community.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I understand why they did it, because it's the same reason why we started For the Culture.
Mm-hmm.
Because once you get to a certain level, you realize that you can go two ways. You can make it all about you, or you can realize that we got into this thing because we care about the actual community.
Exactly.
They realized the same way we realized. They rather be about the community than about themselves. So they made themselves the DMV car community because they want to include the entire DMV car community. And so I think that right there is direction that all of us need to go. Don't have to go as far as rebranding, because like BBS Boys is an excellent brand. I would never say you guys should rebrand, but you guys are still going in that same direction where you're not being elitist, right? You're opening it up for everyone within standards, obviously, but you're opening it with have an open mind, and you're not like telling certain people like, y'all, I don't mess with y'all.
Yeah.
Right. And this is a message for, you know, just on the off chance to somebody on a live stream or somebody that sees this on YouTube, you know, that you're outside of the car scene and you don't quite see the car scene. You see the bad stuff that's happening because that's all they show on the news. This is a message for y'all. You don't understand until you step into it, till you get a project car, you step into the car scene, you come out and you get, you know, involved with what we do. You don't understand how much this means to us and how much this can mean to someone.
Facts.
Our cars are genuinely a part of our lives. They're not just something.
What's an extension of, again, like you said, it's an extension of the personality.
Yes.
If you look at each one of our cars, I guarantee you, if you really break down what you did to your car and like what the theme of it is very relevant to how you view life as a person, like your character. Like it's going to be something like something about the car. Like you see my car, my Camaro, right? It's really out there. It's loud. It's blah blah blah. But that's how I am. I like to be the person that is. I like to be a leader, number one, and I like to be the person that people notice in a room. Like I want to stand out. So that's how my car is, right? But some people like to be more understated, more chill, and that's Chris. Chris is a lot more quiet. Chris likes to have a performance behind things. Like he likes to like do things, but he wants to be under the radar more, and that's how his car looks.
I'm
Right?
glad you brought that up.
How exactly? How's your car?
I'm glad you
And
brought that up.
I swear to God, and we're gonna let you answer the
go-
question.
oh,
Okay.
Go ahead.
Answer the question about the car show, and then we're gonna get back to Troy.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
For me, I would say, first of all, y'all car show always been a bigger center of attention of most car shows that I've been to.
I appreciate that, man.
Word.
Like I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. That means a lot to me, man. For real.
Think about it. We had our Delaware, South Jersey guys come out from there.
Really?
We had
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Maybach was.
That's what
Serious?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
we have people from New York. We have people come up from Florida.
Yes.
Are you serious?
So yeah, let's think about it. And listen, and that's on a scale because I've been to a lot of car shows, right? Car meets.
Are you so? Wait. Are you serious?
No, I'm dead serious. That's on everything I
amazing,
love.
bro. I didn't know that.
Everything I love.
I honestly didn't know that.
Well, the red Ferrari, the SF90 that came, he was from Florida. He was from Mayport, Florida.
So y'all don't understand the kind of impression that y'all put on people, right?
That's crazy.
Because
man.
of what y'all putting out, right? So just think about it. Because of our community with the BMORE BBS boys, we like, listen, we going down there, highway patrol, we going to Clarksburg, this gonna be live, it's gonna be fly. Listen, we're gonna invite our guys from South Jersey, Delaware, they coming out. Listen, we need something to do. Listen, let's go to Clarksburg. So I'm telling y'all at first hand, y'all are like, that's why I said I would love to see all the car coaches and community to come as one. Because I'm trying to tell you, it would be on a whole nother level.
Right, and it would give us the platform to
What would you-
show the rest of the world, what we're actually about. Like, apart from the kids that are throwing these bangers and drifting around in the streets and stuff like that. Yes, okay, we street race, but a majority of us that are actually in the car scene and our faces in the car scene, we do it responsibly.
Right.
Middle of the night, out in the middle of nowhere, whatever. But this is more about giving the general public a chance to come in and see what we're really about and interact with us and realize like we're not bad people. We just have a passion about something that you don't quite understand until you're involved in it.
Yeah.
Right. Let us give people at least 2 to 3 minutes of our time to give them an extension of our life. Because as you said, the cars are our life.
Yeah.
So let us come to Clarksburg, any car meet that we go to, give a person an extension of our life, what we did, what we like to do, and where we going with it. Right? And there's another thing I would like to say. If we don't come as a whole community, I would like to see you put the Nissans together, the Toyotas, the Acuras, the BMs, the Audis, the Porsches, because of course we know the Porsches got a lane of their own. We got these guys jumping out the gym. Every time I go to Cars and Coffee, right, in Hunt Valley, I always see a 10 tag on another Porsche. And you would think the car new, but it's not. They 2 or 3 years old. But just think about it. This is on an older level. You know how many older guys I talked to and said, listen, I'm at the end part of my life. That's how they feel, right? And now they trying to bring out something that they never had.
Yeah.
So they don't work mostly all their life, right? Now they want to start reliving their youth.
Bro,
Think about it.
how do you realize how much brain? Like I get like this crazy ideas. Y'all talking. Every time y'all talking, y'all see the gears turning in my head, bro. I got so many crazy ideas from the stuff y'all telling me right now.
You talking about
this
people.
year DMV Auto Show about to be crazy.
I'm trying to tell you.
All this conversation alone, I'm trying to tell y'all, bro, the stuff that I'm about to bring, y'all gonna be like, what the is wrong with this dude? Keep going, bro. Keep
Have
going.
you ever
Keep
met
going, keep
somebody
going.
at a car meet? I'm at Cars and Coffee, right? So me, I started going to Cars and Coffee in Hunt Valley, right? Because I wanted to see what the culture is like. When I first started driving my car, that was the first place I went.
Yeah.
Right? I started looking up different car meets, right? Because I'm excited now. I'm ready to ride. You know what I mean? My Supra's been sitting in the garage 3 years or more of its life. When COVID came, that's when me and my mechanic took it apart. We started working on the car, right? From ground up, heads, everything. I go to the car meet one day, and an older fella tells me he had cancer. So guess what he's doing with his life?
Going hand with the car.
He had a car meet.
That's what I would do.
Guess what though? That man's still going to this Cars and Coffee right now as we speak.
Every Saturday.
Every Saturday, rain, sleet, hail, snow, he's still at the car meet.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
So just think about how much this changes people's lives. When people don't have nothing to do, I'm strolling out to a car meet.
Yeah.
So if y'all not popping, you got Cars and Coffee, you got the one,
You got Hunt Valley, you got
Clarksville.
you got Clarksville, you got Dulles,
Dallas,
you got
and
Katie's.
Katie's.
you got Katie's.
Katie's. I go to Katie's.
Yeah.
I go to Alexandria.
Yeah.
Listen, there's so many people that you'll talk to that they got a story.
Right.
Yeah.
Everybody has a story. You think we don't need ones with stories? Think about it.
Everybody has a
Millions of
story.
people with stories. So this thing can go through the roof.
Yeah.
The things that we doing.
And it's
And we doing it on a small scale.
We are.
it's the same
Relatively.
it's the
Yes.
same principle. Like my arms, my whole body, majority of my body is covered in tattoos. It's the same principle as that for me. Somebody come up, they start asking me about my tattoos. Hey, I like your tattoos. Hey, who did those? Whatever.
Right.
They represent something to me, and a lot of people don't understand it. I get that. People look at me weird. I get that, but people look at me weird for my car too. That car is a part of me. That car is a part of me to the point that when my wife and I found out that we were having a kid, I said this earlier. I thought about selling it. My wife won't let me. She won't let me get rid of that car because it's so much of a part of me that she knows that if I did that, I would regret it.
It's gonna change you.
Exactly.
It's
And,
gonna change you.
and that shows you have a fucking great wife, by the way.
My wife.
Yes.
I love
Yes.
it.
And that's rare.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we actually. What's funny? I'm gonna jump off on a weird topic here, but actually, so you know Mass Appeal. You know
Yes.
Yaz?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, so Yaz,
Shout out to Mass Appeal.
Facts.
Another
Shout out to
great
Yaz.
car club,
Yeah.
company, business.
Yeah.
Mass Appeal is a
They definitely have
love the
another
big city.
beautiful. They listen. Y'all are like almost the same because y'all both give great car meets.
so
Yeah, Mass Appeal
That's
is
good.
Mass
That's
Appeal
good.
is amazing.
I love them.
I forgot
I love
about those guys.
I love them.
Let me-
Jazz and Charles, the
Yes.
main two
Boy.
favorites, y'all amazing.
Yep.
Yes.
let me
I love them.
let me put you on. You ready? So my wife was actually modeling with Yaz and has been working with Yaz for the past couple of years.
Wow.
Okay.
We went out to
That was DC Head.
DC Head Turners, their 12th anniversary meet out in was it Glen Burnie?
No, they were in Silver Spring.
Yeah, in Silver
Okay.
Spring. We went out there. I was doing photography, whatever. We took our cars out there. We're showing off our cars.
No, we were a vendor.
We were a vendor, but
I paid for a vendor
yeah.
spot at their car show.
Yeah.
So we set up a whole vending spot. We had our cars out there.
Yeah.
This mug right
Hold
here.
up,
Okay, you
hold
talk.
up, hold up. So
This is the craziest shit I've ever heard. Listen to this.
So, me and Madison, we kept like she was standing in the tent getting ready to go shoot with some cars, right?
Right.
I was walking around shooting with some cars. I went to get something out of my car and I saw her. Me and her kept shooting looks back and forth, whatever. I walk up to Yaz because Yaz is like my big sister, right?
Right.
I walk up to her and I'm like, who's that in the blue? And before I could get it out of my fucking mouth, she took off haul ass and over to the tent and brought her over to me.
Wow.
We are now married. We got married Halloween Eve, and we have a baby on the way that will
Ain't
be
that
here
something?
June
That's
14th.
crazy.
This dude met the love of his life at a car meet.
Yeah.
That's official.
That wasn't even our car meet.
Yeah.
That's official.
She was a model, so there were several models there.
Yeah.
And I knew something was weird because we were there as a vendor, okay? I'm sitting there doing my thing.
That's great.
No, listen. I'm doing my thing at the car meet, and we're trying to like promote Highway Outlaws.
Yeah.
I'm like, yo, where's this motherfucker Jake? I keep looking, I'm like, yo, this dude Jake is over here.
You down there.
Hey, let me tell you, I was blown. Cause I'm like, yo, I'm over here working. I'm like, this nigga Jake over here macking, but I didn't want to be no CB.
Yeah.
This dude. But I'm looking at the clock. I'm like, yo, wait a minute. It's been 3 hours. He ain't left her side. Let me tell you something.
Correction. You got that backwards.
What?
So I didn't actually come on to her. She came on to me first and came over.
Whatever. Okay, look. All I'm gonna say is there was like a bunch of beautiful models there. Okay, I'm working with every single model. I got females doing splits on my car and stuff. Wow. I got pictures, by the way. I got females doing splits on my car, all this crazy stuff. I'm looking at Jake. He ain't taking no pictures of my car.
Well, I can take pictures, but
Hey, yo.
only with Maddie and Yen.
Yes. So I'm like, Jake, what are you doing? And I'm seeing him talking to this chick. I'm like, yo, this dude is literally like you ever seen somebody
Going to him.
you ever seen somebody go to the strip club and like, yo, this is a stripper, bro. She don't really like you, bro. I'm thinking the same thing. I'm like, she a model. She don't like you. However, I will say, hey, Instagram, YouTube, whatever platform, I will say I was wrong. They really did feel each other. I'm so happy they did.
Oh, man.
But the bigger picture is, the point is that, again, this is another example how the car culture literally
Can change
change
your life.
someone's life.
Yeah.
Like, it changed, like, because
He met another car lover.
dude, at the point,
Basically.
the course of Jake's life literally did this.
Yeah.
Based
Changed
off of that.
both of theirs.
Yeah.
Both of theirs too,
Yeah,
because she
both
was
of
there
them.
for a job.
Yeah.
And her
Yeah.
husband there.
And there you go. So there's so much opportunities that we have with these shows and car shows and stuff that I feel like as a host, we owe it to you guys to give it 110%. And as people come into the car shows, you guys owe it to the culture to represent the shows correctly.
Of course.
And again, that means coming into the show respectfully, not coming in revving your car when it clearly says no revving.
Yeah.
When it says no burnouts, no reckless driving. Okay, DMV, no, Supercar Fest.
Yeah.
Supercar Fest. We had a guy come in, young kid with a Camaro. He comes in, doesn't follow the rules. You know what he does? We have a vendor. The vendor has a Supra, one of the newer versions of Supra, all set up. This dude comes in and hits the Supra, bro, as he's parking the car.
And then this motherfucker catches an attitude with me.
Yeah, and
Because I was getting on him for it, and I was trying to get his information, her
we had to
information.
kick him out the show.
Because it was the vendor's wife's car.
Yeah. Oh, we had to kick him out the show. But the thing is, the vendors, even though it wasn't anything that we necessarily did,
Right.
again, our responsibility because we're the host of the show.
Right.
That puts a black eye on us.
Yeah.
Yes.
Now,
Yes.
granted, we smoothed it over and everything worked out
And
fine.
they have come back to our other show.
And
Yeah.
everything worked out fine. But it's just the thing is, though, as a participant, man, again, you have two options, right? You come into the show.
Can you hand me that water right there?
You come into the show. You realize that the show isn't about you.
Right.
Okay? So follow the rules. Or you could be a dick and come into the show and make it about you, make all the noise, make attention. And again, if you want to make attention in a show, guess what you're supposed to do? Make your car a show car.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right? Enter the show, show off that way.
And what's worse is right after all that happened, we actually had the Rev Comp
Wow.
for a trophy.
Word.
Let me.
No, not only a trophy for
And a cash prize.
We gave away a $400 cash prize to the winner of the Rev Comp.
Let me ask y'all.
Oh, just a second.
Go ahead.
Shout out to our sponsor. $400 for that show. For the Rev Comp was actually provided by Car Nova.
Yep.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Let me ask you
Yeah,
guys.
they had to do that.
Jake and Dorian, let me ask you guys this. Doing y'all car shows, being as though, let's say we come in, do y'all guys have the judges where as though, okay, we know these guys' cars is between this year and this year. The guys over there, we already know their cars are this and that and whatever. Would y'all guys say, hey, okay, if their cars are between 1980 and 2000 or 1980 and 1999, being as though we're in the 80s and 90s, would y'all guys say, okay, we're going to have a judge judge their cars and say, okay, we're gonna have their own judges on that side. You understand what I'm saying?
Okay, let me ask you that question. Yeah.
Like
Okay,
the
Chris, you want to
80,
talk?
90?
Yeah, I was
Okay,
gonna
Chris
say-
has to talk. Go ahead, Chris.
I was
You
gonna
been
say,
quiet.
I was thinking of a couple things for like the auto show coming up. Maybe we should section the whole thing off, and that way we'll have like a spot for like the exotics. We'll have a spot for like Europe.
We did though.
Europeans.
We did the
Oh,
last.
did
We
do
did
that?
the
Okay,
last.
so I wasn't part of Highway Outlaws.
Let me answer this question, and
Did-
not to interrupt you, because I have.
Am I saying it right?
You said it perfectly right. Let me. Okay. All right. So ideally, what you're saying is 100% correct. In a perfect auto show, that's exactly how it goes. That's exactly how I planned it to go. So we had it set up where so we didn't have it so granular where like Toyota, Honda,
Yeah.
we weren't that granular.
Yeah.
It was more like JDM,
Mm-hmm.
Euro, American Muscle,
Right.
Classic.
Right.
That's how we, and then Cruise.
Got you.
Because Cruise, the reason we set Cruise apart because some Cruise had cars of all makes and models.
Yeah.
Right? But we had it set up where like BBS Boys had their own spot.
Okay.
Mass Appeal, or not Mass, I'm sorry, not Mass Appeal. DMV Camrys had their own spot.
Right.
And so the judges were set up where we had one guy that was like a JDM specialist.
Mhm.
We had one guy that was a muscle car specialist, which was cornbread.
Yeah,
And then we had one guy that was set up to do Euro cars, right? So everybody was supposed to do a certain thing.
Yeah.
They had a map that they had available to them that showed a general outline of where all the cars were. Okay. Now, with that being said, there's the ideal setup
Mm-hmm.
and then there's realistic setup.
Yeah.
Here's the problem. The problem is that you have this setup. This is the problem with car shows. We tried as a car show host.
Yeah.
We try to incentivize people to pre-register,
Yeah.
right? And that incentive is normally saving some money. So we say if you register by a certain time. So let's say the target price is $60 per car. We'll say if you register before a certain date, it'll be $45 per car.
Yeah. I saw that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. The problem is that most people, doesn't matter what that price is, they're not going to do it.
Yeah. Of course.
I would say 30 to 40% of the cars that come are pre-registered. The other 60 to 50% of the cars are people that come day of. Here's the problem. When they do that, it's almost impossible to predict how many cars are going to come to your show. Because maybe 120 cars registered beforehand to come as a show car, and then maybe the day of, another 20 cars show up.
Right.
Or 150 cars show up. You have no clue.
Yeah.
So it's really hard to like really plan to staff that.
Mhm.
Because on the other end of that, if you look at a business standpoint, you're trying to maximize, again, any business, you're maximizing your profits. Okay.
Gotcha.
So you don't want to overspend, but you don't want to also come underprepared.
Because I get what
You heard what I'm saying? You heard what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get what you're saying. And it's like me coming to that show or coming to a show period with my car. I'm like, I know my car is a 94 Acura. I got a 2000 and up, all these other Acuras over here.
Yeah.
I'm sitting there like, I can't fucking compete with these guys.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because
tough.
it's tough, and I'm saying.
But what if you're not? But here's the thing. Okay, that's from your side, right?
Mhm.
Not to cut you off, but I want you to view it from our host side, right? We're looking at the big picture, right?
Got you.
What if you're the only 1990s car in your class that enters?
True.
How much resources should we put into that?
True.
Because okay, you guys want to get a back end. I want you guys. Anybody's watching this podcast, and it's probably how many people watching it right now? Like 10 people. 12. Hey, shout out to 12 people that's watching right now. So a back end look at how we do logistics, right?
Mhm.
So when we're going to get trophies,
Mhm.
the last show that we had, dragracingmodes.com,
Yeah.
they sponsored every trophy.
Got you.
They paid
I bet you there's a bunch of
a lot of money.
Yeah.
A lot
They
of
paid a lot of money for all the trophies. Okay.
Yeah.
We had to look at how many people pre-registered for
Mhm.
each class, and then we had to make a prediction based off the pre-registers how many total cars we have. Now think about this. Let's say we have a first, second, third place for every single class.
Mhm.
And let's say we had a Porsche class.
Let me
right?
let me touch on that too,
Okay, go
because a lot of people don't understand,
Yeah,
and
go
we're guilty of this shit too,
Go
because
for
we
it,
do
go
it
for
too.
Go for it.
Most people wait till the day of to come out because they don't know how the weather's going to be or whatever.
Right. Yeah.
But the people who pre-register, I would say 85% of the pre-registers happen the week of the show.
Yeah.
So we can't accurately predict
Yeah, it's
what's
very
going to
hard.
happen.
We can't put a trophy order in a
Yeah.
week before the show.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So we go off of predictions.
Mhm.
And so it's like a game of cat and mouse, right?
Mhm.
So we're looking like, okay, we know for a fact Nissan, Honda, Mopar,
Yeah.
Chevy,
Mhm.
Ford. We know we're gonna get plenty of those cars.
Yeah.
Do we know how many Mazdas we're gonna get?
Right.
Not really.
Not
Do
really.
we know how many old ass BMWs we're gonna get? Not
Yeah.
really.
Right.
Do we know how many old Mercedes we're gonna get? Not really. Sometimes we don't have any pre-registered older BMW set, and we're like, okay, here's a decision we're gonna make. Do we need? So let's say first, second, and third, we have a deal with the trophy place.
Yeah.
Let's say there's a deal where first, second, and third is gonna cost us $150 for all 3 trophies. Okay.
Right.
We have not a single person registered that is a 2000 and under BMW.
Wow.
So we say, should we invest in a 3 trophies for that class?
Got you.
And we make a decision call. So
I understand.
yeah.
What you're saying.
So for the last show we had, we did a really good job of predicting. I think we only didn't give away, I think 3 or 4 trophies
Mm.
out of the
And I think-
60 trophies we had.
I think 2
That's
or
because there
3
wasn't
of them. Well, I think 2 of them, the people left early.
Yes. So there were a couple of trophies we didn't give away.
Mhm.
One of them was an exotic trophy because
Yeah.
we noticed the exotic cars don't care about trophies.
Yeah.
So we won't do that in the future.
Mhm.
So we predicted relatively accurately based off of the numbers what we were going to get, but it wasn't 100%.
Mhm.
And so we try to say, like, if we're looking at all the cars that we got pre-registered and not a single car is under 2000s, we're like, should we make a class for 1990s
Hey, gotcha.
Euros, right?
Yeah, I got you 100%.
And so we would love to do micro classes as much as possible, but at the same time, it's like a financial decision. And if we had unlimited money, I would make 150 classes, and we would have best BBS wheels, right? we would have best Vossen wheels.
Yeah,
like we
I
would.
got you.
Yeah.
But if we do that, and now not a single person shows up with a Vossen wheel,
Yeah.
we're like, fuck, so
Yeah.
that's $150 out
And I
there.
saw one of them car shows. They had like a bunch of fucking trophies. Like
Yeah.
they were giving.
Yeah.
And it was right before y'all event, or maybe
Uh-huh.
after. I can't remember.
Okay.
But I watched and I'm like, God damn, they got one for every class.
Yeah.
They weren't
We
playing
had,
around.
we had 64.
We had 64.
We
Yeah,
did
that's a
try.
lot, bro.
We did try to kind of like do a micro class type
Yeah.
deal.
Mhm.
We had like best wrap, best wheels, best paint,
Best
Mhm.
engine bay,
best engine bay,
Mhm.
best classic,
best,
which was
in-
80
best,
or
in-
older.
best interior,
Yeah, best interior,
best interior. We had I don't remember all of them. We had a lot
race
of
car,
Best race car.
Ray is right. That was my first meet going to, and I'm like, damn, we walked away with 3.
yeah. That's really good.
You know
Yes.
what I'm saying?
It's
Like,
really
shit,
that's
you know
really
what I'm
hard to do.
Yes.
And I would say, here's my say. Okay,
I like it because it was one of them was the biggest group, and I like it because it was a group effort.
yes,
Yeah.
that was you guys. You guys
Yeah.
won that.
Yeah.
And it really wasn't even close, honestly. There was a couple other crews that were close. I mean, that were there. That was pretty deep, but there was nowhere near as deep as you guys. That was a no-brainer. You guys came through super deep, and it was like a win-win.
And I think everybody that kind of they might have realized it, like oh shit,
They
got
knew.
race cars.
They do. And you can take that 2 ways. You can say, A, I'm going to just give up and not come next year, or B, step your game up.
Yeah,
And we're hoping
Yeah.
that it's a competitive thing. Like, it's friendly competition. Step your game up, right?
that's it.
Yeah.
These guys won last year. Don't let them win again next year.
Yeah,
That's how you keep leveling up car shows. Let me say this, man.
BBS boys, you hear that? They coming for us.
Hey,
Niggas group
y'all
out
should be
there.
coming for you. They should be coming for you. But let me say this. There's 2 different aspects to it that makes a really good car show. A, it's you guys, right? I mean, A is our guys, right? Us. We as hosts, we supposed to level up a car show. Oh shit. And
Bringing the bugs
Hey.
in my house.
it's us, our responsibility as a host. We gotta bring out the best car show that we can possibly bring. But at the end of the day, it doesn't matter what we do. The car show's hypeness all is on the participants.
Right.
Yup.
Right.
Okay.
That has been shown with the Oso
Yes.
Nation meets. He hosted. Look, Oso Nation. Shout out to Oso Nation. You fucking killed it with that meet a couple weeks ago. But the thing that made that meet so good was so many people came out.
Wow.
There was so many people there in that spot. Like everybody showed out, and
Y'all went,
I was there. Yeah, we was there.
That's your question. That was the one a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
Yes. Last weekend, yes.
Let me. I'm gonna prove a point. Here. Let me prove a point. And again, please, I know some of y'all mad sensitive. This ain't a fucking shot at none of y'all. I'm just talking real facts right now, and I'm off the fucking Bacardi Black, so this gonna be some real talk. This isn't a shot. Don't take it personal. You went to the meet, right?
Right.
Let me ask you a question. What did you see different about that meet that was different about any other meet you went to, besides the amount of cars? Nothing, right?
No, it was something different.
What's different? What's different?
There was a guy on the horse.
Okay. But it's not okay. But that wasn't planned.
No,
He
it
just
wasn't
showed up.
planned.
Okay.
Nothing was planned.
Right.
Dude was on the horse.
Here's my point. Hey Chris, this is my point. Here's my point. It was a huge meet.
It was.
Yes. Everybody says, oh, it's the greatest meet ever.
Yes.
This is not a shot at anybody. Oso Nation, amazing job. Please don't take this as a hit. There was nothing planned that made that meet any fundamentally different than a meet that had 10 cars. The only thing that was different was that people showed up.
Right.
Okay? So it doesn't matter most of the time who hosts the meet. It depends on who goes to the meet.
True.
If y'all all, if it's a dude that has one follower on Instagram, and all the car community decide they want to go to this dude's meet, the meet's the best meet ever.
True.
Right?
And it was the timing.
And it's the timing.
The timing is everything.
The timing is everything.
On the weekend,
On
on
the
the
weekend,
Saturday.
and a nice day.
Yep, and the night was youngin'.
But they also, remember Oso Nation, DMV meetups, and sleaze, these car meet groups that gets a lot of car meets.
Yeah.
They're only successful because people are convinced that their meets are going to be hyped beforehand.
Yes.
Right? And again, this is all subjective, not objective. It's all subjective. People have to believe in it. Okay, this is the same reason why a diamond costs so much money, because a diamond in relative terms is useless. It doesn't really have any uses. Okay, gold is, if you look at it, gold is used in much more manufacturing and technology than diamonds are, right? But diamonds are worth more than gold pound for pound. Only reason actually that's bullshit. Diamonds
They make them in the labs today.
Diamonds are not rare, but even then, the beers.
They make diamonds.
But even natural diamonds, the beers actually has a large stockpile that they don't release because they manufacture a rare diamond. There's actually no shortage of diamonds. There's so many. The beers makes them rare because they know that it ups the value. So let me take that same concept to the car show, right? If a car group will convince you that their car shows are better just because that it's them, everybody will fall suit to that. They're like, oh, yo, you should have been to this car meet. It was great. But that had nothing to do with the host. That was because y'all made it better.
Yes.
Okay? Here's what I'm trying to say. I need everybody to realize that the real success to a car show or a car meet is the participants. Y'all determine how good a car show is going to be, not the host. So a host does play a part, but the majority of a car show is really determined on how the participants want to participate. Because I'll tell you an example. Again, and this is not me tooting my own horn, I think outside the box. Tell me the last car show you went to that had live performances at the car show. Show me the last car show you went to where you got $400 prize for winning a rev competition.
Show me the last car show you went to where you went up on a 6-foot tall fucking stage.
Tell me a car show. No, again, I love. No, let me ask you a question. Let me tell you something. Y'all heard of Clean Edition?
No.
Okay, Clean Edition's been around longer than us. And again, this is no shade to Clean Edition. Clean Edition, they throw amazing car shows.
We go to their shows.
We go to the show.
And they come to
Bowie
ours.
Baysock Stadium. They go to Bowie Baysock Stadium.
Okay.
Okay, they throw mostly JDM focused meets. They've been doing it for longer than we've been doing car shows.
We were the only two American
However,
cars at the show.
let me tell you something. And I'm gonna toot my own horn only because I don't feel like I feel like sometimes I'm so humble that it's actually to a detriment to myself. We were the first car show to get a stage set up. Okay, we work with Multiple Motors. Shout out to Multiple Motors. Multiple Motors used to work for an event company that built stages. Okay, when we did the collab with Multiple Motors for the last DMV Auto Show, he was like, "Yo, I'm gonna introduce you to my man. He could set up a stage for us." We met with him. We set a stage up, 6 feet tall, 10 feet wide, 8 feet this way. We had 5 local artists that we had do live performances there, okay? And then we presented the stuff on stage. Now, again, this is not me throwing shade to nobody. I'm just telling the truth. Clean Edition, the leader, hit me up on IG. He was like, "Yo, who did your stage at your auto show?" I told him who. He hit that person up. They did the stage for their auto show, okay? Their auto show was a very good success, which I'm 100% happy for them, right? I love it because, again, it's not about us, it's about the car culture. I love that they were successful. But we were the ones, me particularly, was the one that brainstormed that outside the box thing.
You said this.
I probably will never
Literally.
even now after saying that, I probably will never get any credit for it. And I'm okay with that. But see, we come up with these outside the box things for our shows. We don't necessarily get the same hype that other people do.
Right.
So people throw car shows and they get all this hype, right? But we throw car events. We got live performance artists, bro. We got WPGC 93.9 coming out to our event, doing live casts. Hold on. We got we thinking of things outside the box. But we don't get that same love. We ain't the first person to do a rev competition, right? But we the first person that offer $400 cash prize, right? We give out our first. We had 15 first place classes. Every first place person got $100 in cash on the stage.
And from
Nobody else in the DMV car show gave out that kind of prize.
Yeah. And here's
We got
another
no extra love for that.
Here's another thing that we're the first ones to do too, and like you said, this isn't shaded at anybody. We were the first ones to make it a festival style where we have food trucks, we have vendors, we had activities for kids, we had the photo booth, we had
Face painting. We had a charity that we gave the Yellow Roses a charity that's been working with us since day one.
Yep.
We gave them a percentage of all the ticket sales that we got to them. Again, we're doing stuff that no other car show in the area does. Again, you go to a normal car show, you pay $70 to get in, or even $60 pre. You win first place, you get a trophy. That's it. We basically gave you your $70 back plus an extra $30 back
like this
for winning
weekend.
first place.
Let's look
For
at this
15
weekend.
people, which means that we gave $1,500 in cash prizes
We
out.
actually gave $1,900.
If you add the $400 in the rev comp.
Yep.
No one else does that.
So and let's talk about that though, because like this weekend we're gonna be down in DC at the Import Expo, right? My car's gonna be in the Import Expo. No shade to the Import Expo. They do fucking phenomenal. They travel all around the US doing their shows. Like tonight they're in, I want to say Vancouver, British Columbia.
Damn.
Right.
Yeah. And then they're coming down to DC to do the show in DC next weekend. Next
So
weekend.
it's every weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah. They
Okay,
travel
okay.
and it's only the beginning of the year and it's all import cars. But they don't do anything. They don't have like the stage like we have. They don't have the vendors. They don't have, I mean, they have a DJ. They don't have like, and this is no shade on them. They built it up and they do fucking phenomenal. But with what we've done, we've tried to bring things in. This is something that goes back to if anybody outside the car scene, in the general community sees this. When you come out to our events are first and foremost family friendly. Bring your kids out. Bring out the whole family. Come hang out. There's activities for kids. There's activities for adults. There's vendors for kids. There's vendors for adults. You can walk around and look at the cars. Most people will let you sit in their cars.
Let me tell you something.
Right.
That particular day, it was fucking burning out.
Oh,
I was like,
Bro, you know what we were worried about?
those would have been raining.
And
it was the one day it didn't rain.
Let me tell you something. Do you want to know how God looks out for you, bro? The last 2 shows we had, it was supposed to rain. Guess what happened? It rained at the very end when we were cleaning up. And it worked out for us because here's why it worked out. Because it rained to get people out. Because we were done with the event and people were sticking around.
Yeah.
It rained and we were like, thank you, Lord. We can get out of here on time.
Exactly.
Because people started leaving. And we cleaned up quicker because it was raining outside and the security and stuff was like, yo, we gonna pick up the trash and get the hell out of here. We were like, yeah.
It started raining.
So that's why I know. That's why I know we're doing the right thing. Because I feel like God's looking out for our event.
Mhm.
We are not trying to, I swear, we are not trying to. One person said this and he was angry because he didn't win. But he tried to say, oh, I thought this event was a cash cow event. To me, what that's saying is we putting on an event just to make
Can't
money.
please everybody. Man.
And I understand that. But I just want everybody to know this
Please
here.
everybody.
When we make a price for our car show ticket, just know that that price includes the price of the time we spend away from our family, planning it, the amount of money we paying for the venue, the amount of money we pay for security, the amount of money we pay for all the materials for the event, the trophies, the amount of money we trying to get from sponsors, the amount of money we have to pay for insurance, the amount of money we have to pay for the car models, the amount of money we have to pay for staff. All that reflects that.
That's just the money, not counting the over 1,000 hours that we
and that's what I said, amount of time we spend. Like our family is like, you don't understand, man. Like we don't like to say this kind of stuff, but like I've gotten into fights with my wife because I'm going to a meeting with Jake on a Thursday night to talk about 3 hours of meeting, right? And she wants to go get some dinner. I'm like, yo, I'm sorry, I can't go. I gotta go to meet with Jake. They don't understand that kind of stuff, man. They think it's like a car meet, right? Where you just say, hey, we're gonna meet at 10 o'clock at Waldorf. No, that's not that. And not even just that. We putting our name on the line because what people don't realize is most of these companies that we deal with, they have a negative, a general negative outlook of what the car community is. So we're trying to fight an uphill battle, which is actually what we're doing now with this next event that we're trying to plan. We're fighting an uphill battle with these companies to let us even use their venues at all.
Wow.
So people don't understand that, and you think
it's stressful.
You think it's just like Highway's name on the line or the car scene on the line. The reality of it is it's not. It's our names.
Mm-hmm.
It takes us out of the business where we have to deal with these big corporate, billion-dollar corporate companies or these local businesses and stuff. That's not us going to them as Highway. It's more so us going to them and us putting our name on the line because we have to sign for it.
Dude, let me tell you, I'll say this, man. Yeah, we're trying to get the Clarksburg outlets back because they changed management, and we're trying to get that location back for the next show.
Yeah.
The next show we're trying to do is the rap battle expo, okay? And we'll let y'all know more about that when we get the venue locked in. We're working with them now. They're giving us a really hard time to get this thing. They're asking us. They're giving us the 10th degree, bro. Yeah. Just trying to get the same deal that we had with the last management that they got rid of, right?
Wow.
It's been
when we post weeks, when we back and forth. Wow. Just trust us. We've had people. I've seen DMs that people thought were private because again, I treat people the right way. Yeah. And because of that, people let me know. Reciprocate. Okay, let me say that. Yeah. I've seen DMs from some of y'all. Y'all like, oh, we gonna try to. They try to game us. They're like, oh, we gonna try to get into the DMV auto show for free. Just know that when you do that, man, you're really hurting us on the back end because when you guys support us, you're giving us the resources to be able to do more of the shows. So if you like the shows that we're doing, by you buying our merch, by you coming and paying to get into our show, by you doing whatever, you're giving us the opportunity to continue that kind of a show. And to make the next show better.
It's funny.
Right?
It's funny that you say this, Dorian, because we had got a phone call to do a podcast. And these guys was from Canada. Mm-hmm. want us to come up there
Okay.
Hey.
to their car show.
Okay.
And it was in Ontario, Canada.
Ontario, yeah.
And
They want to pay for our cars to get shipped
they
there.
want to help sponsor our cars to go
Yeah.
up there.
Yeah.
So it's like, so I checked them out. I'm like, dang, they got Sirius Satellite XM.
That's
Getting
crazy.
I know what show you're talking about.
And
That's amazing.
Yeah.
I'm
I'm
like,
like,
wait a minute. So I'm
Yeah,
like, wait
yeah.
a minute, right? Cause see, I'm into trying to get sponsors, stuff like that. Because me, I'm into like getting endorsements. I don't care if it's a Armor or endorsement to put on your tires.
Yeah.
It's something.
Yeah.
That's
You know, they get a sponsor. These guys might sponsor our next event.
Yeah.
I don't care. A whole table full of tire shine.
Right.
That's them sponsoring us.
Yeah.
I'm into stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I be telling
That's-
Anthony, like, dude, if I can get this with the crew, you know, what this bring or help us with.
It's amazing.
Let me
and
ask you a
that's
question.
exactly what I do.
We just picked up 2 sponsors in the last
No,
3
we
days.
picked up more than that.
So in the past 3 days,
Yeah.
So we just got sponsored by the Wielding King, which,
Yep.
which is a local. They're in Rockville,
Really?
and the Wielding King is
He is-
sponsoring us. And then
He's got my wheels right now.
and
for
then
the
we're
X5,
also-
completely redoing them for the show
Yeah,
this weekend.
and then we're also
Yeah.
so we're. You know what? Let me take this time real quick to show
hold
our
on.
sponsors. Okay,
I got you. Let me.
go ahead.
I got you.
Jake. Go ahead,
So
Jake.
we got Wielding King. Shout out to them. They got my wheels right now, getting them ready for the show this weekend, the Import Expo. Shout out to Upper Echelon Auto Spa over here in Frederick. They are sponsoring my full detail of my car, getting it ready for this weekend. Shout out to Sliceology. He's actually a barber here in Frederick. I'm actually going through. We're gonna make a joint video together, and he's doing my hair and stuff before the show this weekend. We have, let's see, we got Fitment Industries. Shout out to Fitment Industries. They have sent us over $5,000 worth of merch. Which, if you've been to our shows, you know I'd be handing out that merch for free.
Yeah, we just give it
Because
away. We don't
they
even-
send that. Yeah, they send that to
Yeah.
me to hand out to everybody.
We need to talk after this.
Dude, I'm all about that.
Dude, we have so
all
many
about that.
DragRacingWheels.com.
DragRacingWheels.com.
We have Love My Car Wash.
Yep.
We have Distinct Raps.
Yep.
Who just literally
Dawn actually
rapped my
just-
hood and
and
also
my
my
hood.
hood. And he did my entire rap for my Camaro and my truck.
Yep.
So really, dude, it again, and this goes back to our earlier conversation. A lot of these car clubs, y'all have a bigger platform than y'all really think. We don't even have that big. We only have 20.8, I think 20.8 thousand followers as of today. That's small compared to a lot of these. DMV Meetups has over 60,000 followers. Now, bro.
Wow.
And all he does is post car meets.
Yeah.
And my thing is, he's actually doing the right thing too, because he has a couple sponsors already. But some of these car pages, man, you guys really have more influence than y'all really give yourself credit for. Don't shortchange yourself and just settle for the least common denominator, man.
And-
Look, like aim for the stars, bro.
And don't, for the love of God, don't be afraid to reach out and talk to people. Because if it wasn't for us,
Collab.
exactly. If it
Collab.
wasn't,
Which, by the way, we're gonna do an event with y'all this year too. By the way,
I was just about to ask that.
Yeah.
we are.
I
Go ahead.
was gonna say,
Kill it, Ant.
what
Kill
if
it, Ant. Kill it, Ant.
y'all
There you go. Look at it. Look at it.
Right?
Go ahead. What we doing?
with another car group, even the BBS boys?
Not say another car group. Let's just say the BBS boys.
Let's just say the BBS boys.
What do y'all?
right?
What do you
And,
think?
and we came together as a community.
What are you thinking?
and say, listen, let's throw a big joint out Clarksburg,
Or even in Baltimore.
even in
Baltimore,
BMORE, Drew Hill Park.
I want to throw something. You know what? I want to throw it.
You know what I like doing,
Baltimore.
Jake? Let's slide down south and take it down to close to that Kingston Million.
Wait a minute. Hey, you ain't saying nothing but a word, my brother. Because our goal this year is to expand and do collabs.
Look.
We want to do so. We already have several. So we're working with multiple motors.
RSP.
We're working with RSP. We're working with BBS. We're working with BBS Boys. We're
Yep.
working with Road Rage Auto Club.
Yep.
Okay.
Lady Head Turners.
Yep.
Okay.
We're working with Real Car Girls Matter.
Okay.
We want to do collabs with any a TNA.
Yep. Mass appeal.
We
of course.
mass appeal.
Yeah.
We want to work with every DC sorry, not DC car scene, DMV car community.
Yeah.
We want to work with any car club that's doing it the right way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
If you're representing the car community the right way, we will do a collab with you. and we will be happy to do so. So, whatever plan you got, hit us up offline. We will make it happen. Road Rage, we're doing so. I'm probably gonna spill the tea here. MIR.
Yep.
We're working with Road Rage. We're gonna do a car show at MIR.
Car show
This year.
track day.
Car show track day. Maryland International Raceway.
Okay.
Down,
We're
it's
gonna
down
be
by,
It's a little bit southern Maryland.
Yeah.
Is it okay?
It's about 2 hours.
it's down by Mechanicsburg.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
So we're gonna do a car show. We might actually do the DMV car show at MIR.
Yeah.
So we're actually thinking of doing that because that is gonna be something that we've never done before.
Some of our guys is talking. We instead of keep going up north with the tolls and meeting up, having car meets, we want to start sliding down south.
Well,
Yeah.
So
we're
I'm
working.
gonna throw you into something, and if y'all are interested in doing it with us, we're trying to make it a big event. We're actually trying to go to Atlanta and doing a show in Atlanta.
So we're working. Listen.
Yeah.
Simon.
Rick Ross.
Yep.
No.
So
No. We're not gonna work with Rick Ross. Rick Ross got his own thing going on.
I'm trying to work with
Ja Rule.
Luda and Ja Rule and Missy Elliott.
Yes.
Okay.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah.
Hear me out. Hear me out.
Missy Elliott's
No,
publicist.
hear me out.
Okay.
That's major.
Okay, so
He's major.
So
That's
Simon-
that's a major.
Simon Company, they're the ones that own most of the outlets and malls in it. So they own Clarksburg outlets.
They own
Hagersburg
every
outlets.
major
They
mall
own
in America.
Hagersburg. They own Hagersburg,
Okay.
Hagerstown. So they reached out to us and said, "Hey, would you want to take your shows somewhere else other than Maryland?"
Yep.
So we've been in contact with Catherine, who's the
Director of Business Development.
Yes, for Simon Company. And so right now we're working to get a contract with the Mall of Georgia. It's the biggest
In
mall in the
Buford.
whole country.
Okay.
Yep.
So if we get that lined up, we will be happy to work with you guys or whoever to try to make that big because we don't have the same name, obviously, in Georgia
Yeah.
as we do up here.
Right.
So we would like to work with other. I mean, let me tell you. I'll give you guys an insight. I don't know how many of you guys know. I know you guys know already. Rick Ross's car show.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's
Not-
coming up
Roughly,
2 months.
Numbers.
Okay, roughly from my calculations, and this is a rough estimation, and this is probably on the lower end. My rough estimation of what Rick Ross made last year on his car show was about $4 million of
Easy.
profit.
I think it was
Easily. This is a low estimation. It's probably higher. I would say between 4 and 5 million on the high end.
Mhm.
Probably not 5, but probably between 4 and 5
Mhm.
of profit off
Yeah.
of one show. And I looked at his show. I seen there's plenty of documentation online. You can go
Yeah, I saw. I was
You go to
looking at it last
YouTube.
night. I was looking at it last night.
again. There's nothing groundbreaking
It's
about
not-
his show.
It's not.
It's
The
just-
only thing that makes his show better
It's
is
just-
that the fucking name.
That's
People
it.
bought their cars out.
Yeah.
You can bring those same cars to any show. Okay?
Yeah.
I've seen better organized shows in this area that were better organized than Rick Ross's show. They didn't have the name and the budget. That's the only difference. He gave out, the winners got like these
Got keys,
keys
yeah.
that had like diamond
Diamonds,
encrusted. Being able to do that is just a luxury of having the budget to do that.
That's it.
But I will tell you, if we had the same amount of support, we could easily get that same thing out. Again, okay, we charge $400 for a food truck. You wanna know how much it costs for a food truck in Rick Ross's show?
Hours,
No.
15, 32
$35.
grand or something.
$3,500.
3,500.
The one this year.
Yes.
Yeah,
Before, no, last year. $3,500. Now, that's before taxes, my brother. $3,500 was before taxes. It actually costs around $4,000 for a food truck. We charge that's 10 times more than we charge.
You gotta look at it though. Rose got the name.
He does.
Rose got the name. He gonna bring the people
You're
out,
right.
and
That's
the
the one-
people
yeah.
are excited about
You're right.
seeing it.
You're right.
I would love to go there myself. He has the name.
You know how much it costs to walk into his show? Now I'm not talking. I'm not.
150
Yes,
right now.
yes.
150.
Now. Wait a minute. That's if you wanted to get bussed into his show. If you wanted to park your car in the show, it was $400.
Yeah, okay.
The cheapest price to get a car in the car show was $800. The cheapest.
I thought it was 35.
No, that was-
Same price.
No,
$800, bro.
Yeah, it's
Just
like-
to get your car in the show. That's not talking about getting parked in the like VIP area.
Yeah.
Okay, you know how much we charged for a sponsor for our show last year? $1,500. A sponsor for Rick Ross's show, you know how much it costs? $20,000. Now, is it you want to argue whether it's worth the value? That's a subjective thing, right? It depends on what you think is worth the cost. But again, his show wasn't fundamentally different than any other show.
True.
It's just that he had a name. Right? It's just a
What the
name.
people made. The
Yes,
people
the people
made.
made-
That's why I say,
The
you guys,
promised
the
land.
BBS
fact.
boys, you people, you guys, you make the show what it is. You decide if the show is gonna be lit. Because if you guys don't support it, it's not lit. It's just that simple.
Well,
Right?
that's the thing
It's
too.
that simple.
Is don't get me wrong, like Rick Ross, he's into cars, whatever.
Yeah, he's
got
into
some,
them. Yeah,
he's got some cool cars, but a lot of
He's
people
lit.
don't realize
Yeah.
Luda has a crazier car collection than he does.
Really?
Missy Elliott has a crazier car collection than he does.
I believe it.
Missy Elliott, my
Muhammad
my
Ali's
Yes.
wife is a bigger car enthusiast than Rick Ross.
yeah,
I believe it.
And we actually had an opportunity to work with her. It just fell through.
Yeah.
We actually met. There was a gentleman we met through Cars and Karaoke we were doing with someone else. He wanted to do a collab with Muhammad Ali's wife with us, but
it was supposed to be like an interview video
Yeah.
where we would get
It
to
fell
like
through,
interview
though.
with her and talk to her and stuff.
but it fell through.
But you see
But
the
still.
difference though? What Rick Ross does, you bring your car there, he liable to buy you out.
Yeah.
That's the big difference
Well,
with Rick
he
Ross.
has the money. He
Yes.
has the money. But
Yes.
I don't believe for one. I guarantee, and I will put everything I own on this. Rick Ross is not a bigger car enthusiast than I am, or Jake, or you. He doesn't know. I will sit right now in an interview with Rick Ross one-on-one and talk about cars. I guarantee you, I will literally talk circles around this dude. He does not know more about cars than I do. I guarantee you, he ain't never done his own oil change. Guarantee it.
We know that.
Guarantee it.
Yeah, we know that.
He ain't never done his own oil change. I took my entire transmission out of my car and put it back in. He
I
ain't
built
never
my
done that.
motor in my
And again,
bedroom.
this ain't no shot at Rick Ross.
I did the kitchen.
There you go. See, you know what I'm saying?
Come in
This
like-
ain't no shot at Rick Ross.
You
But
right.
he don't accurately represent the real car enthusiasts like we represent.
There's
car
a difference
enthusiasts.
between
It's a difference.
being an enthusiast, enjoying the cars and driving
Yeah.
them and looking at
Yeah.
them, and then there's the level where we're at, where we'll go out, work on our cars. It could be raining, it could be snowing, it could be
Dude,
whatever the fuck it may
It's
be.
completely different.
We're out there working on our shit
Stop, my
and
boy.
doing everything.
It's completely
What
different,
do you
man.
mean?
He ain't Rick Ross ain't on the same level as we are as far as being in the culture, right? He has the name and the hype from hip hop, but we are the culture. That's why I want to work with some people like Rick Ross. I mean, people like Ludacris and like Missy Elliott because
and Ritz and Tech
yeah,
Nine and
like even like Currency.
Yeah.
Like these guys, Currency's on y'all level. Currency had car collection falls in line with the BBS boys. He's more of the
He
same.
got some.
Yes,
Yeah.
Currency got some nice ass
Luda
cars.
got his first
Yeah.
restored it.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now let me ask y'all a question,
Go for
right?
it.
The being car
Go for
show.
Now that we talking about
His first.
let
yeah,
me
the
ask you a
photo,
question. Now we talking about Rick Ross, right?
Okay.
If you was in Rick Ross' position, now we hypothetically speaking, right?
Okay.
Because we all car enthusiasts, right? If you was in Rick Ross' position, how would you do it? Would you still be working on the car?
Yes.
Or would you be doing the same thing Rick Ross
No.
is doing?
No.
I will work on my
You will work
car.
because you're a
When I
real
need help,
fucking auto
I'm going to
enthusiast,
get
bro.
help, but right now I'm getting under
That's
there.
it.
I'm bumping
That's-
my
Can I tell you something? Can I tell you? Let me tell you
That's
something.
it.
Let me tell
If
you
I
something.
need it, if I need somebody to come in and help me, if there's something that I cannot do or I don't understand, I'm gonna go get the help. But if I can do that shit myself and I can build my car myself with $100 million backing it, oh, I'm
Right.
doing that shit.
Let me tell you
myself.
something.
Right.
Me and Jake got a fucking very rare opportunity that we are so humble
Yes.
about. There's a gentleman local to the DMV community and nobody's
We-
ever heard of. His name is George Bunting. Look him up on
Yeah.
Google. We got invited to his private car collection in Baltimore. Y'all, most people probably don't even know
Yep.
this dude exists. This dude has a ridiculous. He has the second biggest car collection in the United States.
Only second to Jay
to
Leno.
Jay Leno.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow.
We got
wild.
a all access opportunity to see his entire collection. The only thing we had to do, we were not allowed to post.
We can
Public
like we
Yeah,
can show you
yeah, I
pictures and
understand.
stuff. Like
You
I
just
have the
can go
pictures
and
on my
just
phone.
see
Yeah, we can show you.
No,
public-
we can show you
pictures
pictures
on
on
our
our
phone.
Okay.
We just can't post them.
Okay.
Right.
This dude has the lowest mileage. I mean, sorry,
Highest
this dude has
mileage.
the highest mileage LaFerrari in the United States.
and let us sit in it.
I sat in it.
Yeah.
And got pictures of it. Okay.
I got
Again,
pictures. I
again,
don't know if you
this
still
ain't,
have it.
that's not the point. It's not the brag. Here's the point. The point is this. He still he has a higher net worth than Rick Ross. This dude still drives every single car in his collection, including the LaFerrari, on a rotation.
Which is actually funny because
That's nuts.
he has the first car. He has the first performance car he ever bought, which was a Lotus. It was a Lotus. He's got it in a garage beside his Aston Martin and his Rolls Royce. Every single car has this notebook in it because his first
crazy,
car,
bro. You have to see this shit.
his first car, he had this little notebook that had flowers on it that he would write down the mileage, when he got gas, what the date was, whatever. Every single one of his cars. Keep in mind, his smallest garage is 13 cars. That's the smallest one.
Yeah.
Every single time he drives a car, he writes down the date, what time he took it out, how much fuel it had when he took it out. There's a kid in there. Dude is 21 years old. He met him at a car show. He is now the one that manages his entire car collection.
And she's the one that escorted us around to this entire thing.
And
That's a true enthusiast.
Yeah,
If you
he
don't know-
actually still does work. He's on his own car.
87?
He's
Yeah,
this
87.
dude- okay. He's a multi-billionaire.
Yeah.
And at 80 years old, still does mechanic work on his own cars. Now, that's not saying he does all his work, but he still does work because that is a true enthusiast.
And he also
touch.
It has nothing.
I want to
It's
touch.
right because it has nothing to do with the amount of money he has.
Yeah, he wanna
Like
touch.
and again, this isn't a shot at Rick Ross, but there's levels to this, right? Rick Ross has the finances, but he doesn't have the passion. That's true passion. When you have multi-billion dollars, he can pay anybody he wants to take care of his cars.
No,
but it ain't about the money to him.
No,
It's about the cars to him.
It's even more so than that. The level of passion that he has for cars is he has a garage completely dedicated to all of his American cars that are 1980s or older. Like he's got a 63 split window Corvette. He's got a bunch of he's got
Y'all gotta
four
see this
split
dude's
window?
It's beautiful.
Y'all gotta see.
He has a garage full of
The next
Porsches.
Stingray.
He has a
Y'all
garage
gotta
full
see
of
this dude's
Porsches.
collection, bro.
He's
It's
got a
amazing.
garage full of Ferraris. He doesn't like Lambos. He doesn't have a Lambo, but he's got his main showroom is all old school Porsches, old school Ferraris. He has a gold-plated 1934 Bentley that is beautiful. Wow. And he
Y'all gotta
drives
see, it's
every
unbelievable, bro.
single one of them. He drives
You know what?
all of them.
Next time he does a showing, I'm gonna try to see if I can get one of y'all invite.
Yeah.
Because I know the guy that does. There's a guy named Mark I met again through the car scene.
Yeah.
We met him. We met
They
him.
he actually
Yeah.
they
I
actually
definitely
sponsored
would
one
love
of
to
our
go to
cars.
that.
I was trying to see if I can get
I
one of
would
you guys.
love
invite.
to go to
Y'all
that.
got, dude. And again, it's a local treasure that no one knows about.
Right.
And it's in Baltimore. I had no idea. You have to see it. The way he has it set up. If you look at it from the air, it's camouflage.
Yeah. The garages, all of his garages,
It's like a
all
military
six,
installation.
all
bro.
6 of the garages
If you
are
didn't
actually
know it's
painted to
from
blend in
space,
with
you
the
wouldn't
ground.
see it. Yeah.
Yeah.
From space, you wouldn't even know it was
Yeah.
there. That's how secretive he is. Just to get to the first garage, we had to drive over 2 miles.
Yeah.
Just to
Off the road.
Off the road through a cornfield just to get to the first garage.
Yeah.
Like this, is how secretive he is, bro. And that's why I said we can't even show y'all. I mean, we couldn't even publicly post. it.
We can show pictures and stuff like I have
Yeah.
pictures on my phone,
I
but we
get
can't. That was the one thing that he asked was we were more than welcome to sit in any of the cars. Like he's got a 450 it's a 450 GTO Ferrari. I sat in the 450 GTO. He's got a 250
You know
GTO.
how rare that car is, bro.
You know how rare the 250 GTO is? It is the most expensive sold car in the world.
This dude's car collection outweighs almost
beautiful.
any. So when someone like comes up like Rick Ross shows his car collection, y'all be like, oh, that's dope. Not you, but like anybody like this, like, oh, that's dope as hell.
After seeing his car
no
collection,
idea
yeah.
what a real car collection looks like. He don't have no fucking 250 GTO. He can't afford that shit. Like that's a whole different level of like wealth.
A 1934
And so-
Bentley.
And so again, this guy, not only does he maintain these cars, but he drives them. Again, he drives a LaFerrari, the highest mileage in the world. He drives it on a semi-regular basis throughout the mountains,
It's got 8,700 miles on it.
which isn't a lot.
Yeah.
But for
That's a lot
but for a lot
Right.
yes,
Right. Most people have like 400 to 1,000 miles on them and they park them in a garage. He like
Let me tell you something. I looked at the car. There's fucking rock chips in the car.
yeah, there's scratches on it.
So he drives that car.
Yeah.
Rock chips on a LaFerrari is actually.
I would do the same thing.
He
Me
also-
too. If I'm in the 80s, I have nothing else
But
to do.
you're a car enthusiast.
Yeah, I'm driving a different car every day.
His favorite car though, and this is something that we were talking to the kid about. His favorite car is actually the Ferrari 812 GTS. He has every single variation of the 812
Yeah,
that came out, including a blue on blue 812 Competizione that has the blue Alcantara on the inside, the blue door panels. He spec'd it out to be everything blue. We set in the LaFerrari, I set in the 450 GTO, and I set in the 812 GTS, in the 812 Competizione. He has, I'm not even kidding you, every single fucking variation of the 812 that they have ever made.
Which is crazy.
Wow.
Yeah.
Can you imagine having that much
It's
money? bro?
$40 million.
This nigga wakes up in the morning like, oh man, what am I driving today? I'm just gonna drive the LaFerrari. Fuck it. Like this dude don't have nothing else to worry about. That's really what he worried about. And then he has like a little notebook that he hand writes in. Like you would think with that much money, you'd have like a
But you see how much time,
tablet or
you
something.
see how much time he has on his hands?
Oh yeah.
For him to fill out a notebook every day?
Yeah. No, here's the gas mileage when he starts.
Right.
And the gas miles when he parks it and he writes it down. He actually had a fuel truck
Right.
parked there.
Yeah.
That's how he fuels his cars. He doesn't even go
Wow.
to the gas station. This motherfucker has his own fuel truck.
Mm.
Like, come on,
And
man.
what's funny is
Like, what are we doing wrong?
Right.
Why we gotta go to work tomorrow? This motherfucker don't.
the other garage, the smallest garage that he has 13 cars in it. When we went to go see it, they had just finished the construction on it. It was originally meant to be an implement shed for his tractor and stuff, but then he wanted to buy a few more cars, so he completely built out the entire garage and then parked the tractors.
He has the bullshit cars too.
Yeah.
This
It's
motherfucker
an
has
MG
this
Midget.
motherfucker has a regular ass Mazda Miata
Yeah.
parked in the same joint as a fucking Rolls Royce.
Because he like loves all those cars. And when we were leaving, he pulled in the driveway. He pulled in a Lucid Air Sapphire.
Yeah.
Just casually in a Lucid Air Sapphire.
Yeah, whatever. Car that almost nobody can get. I just pull up in
Yeah.
it, whatever.
Yeah,
Mm.
that's crazy.
And he actually, when he went, so when he got this is a little random side note that I learned about the
Y'all think all the
LaFerrari.
ginger ales?
He went to
Damn, black
he
people,
went to
man.
New York.
Can't take y'all nowhere.
But no, the LaFerrari, he went to New York to pick it up from Ferrari in New York in Manhattan. He drove it back. He drove the Ferrari back from Manhattan. He
I would
drove
have
the
too.
LaFerrari.
I would have too.
Yeah.
That's
$7 Yes.
So I thought I was the only one that has a fetish like that too. Every car that I drive, I fill it back up before I park it. It's just
Really?
me. Yes, I do that.
Shit, my
And guess what?
before taking it.
Really?
And I text myself.
The opposite, man. I drive that bitch to the E.
Nah.
No, you must have feel like that.
You're right. No, you're right.
You must, and that's probably what happened to your Avalanche.
That's a low blow, baby.
No, that's probably what happened to your
Talk about Avalanche. That motherfucker may or may not have shut off on the road before. I ain't gonna talk about that though.
Yo, but listen to this though. I have a pet peeve like that, and I text myself the things that I did.
Oh, yeah, lock it.
That's the pet peeve I have. I text myself the things that I do to the car. Like if I change my brakes and rotors, I'm changing all of them. I'm not just changing the front brakes or the rear brakes. I'm changing every last one of them. You know what I mean? If I get my oil change, right? This is what I do. I drain and refill my transmission after every 4 oil changes. And with a Toyota, it's every 5,000 miles, right? So probably every 20,000, right? Depending on how I drive it, I'm changing, drain and refill the transmission. You know what I'm saying? My oil, I put Lucas in my oil.
Yeah.
Because I don't drive my cars as much. So, of course, the oil sits in the bottom.
Okay.
Most people don't know when you get in the car and the car haven't been driven for 6-7 months to a year. You start the car. A lot of people get in there and rev the engine. You don't blow a rod like that.
Oh yeah.
You don't supposed to do that.
All the oil drained out
Yes,
the top.
you're supposed to let it run at least 20 seconds or more, right? So that oil can flow to the top and it get through that oil pump and it surface through the
Dude, I
lifters.
do that every time my
Bro,
car starts.
I was
We ain't
saying,
moving till
They're like, yo, rev your car. I'm like, y'all.
No,
I drive my car the day before. I drive my car an hour before I parked it. I look at the temperature of the oil and the pressure.
right.
If that don't add up, I'm not revving my car.
You don't supposed to rev your car. That's just me coming from the ground up. You know what I'm saying? When I first started driving, I was driving a Datsun B210.
Ooh.
I'm in New York. I grew up in NY. I'm driving a B210. You know what I'm saying? 4-speed. You can't afford a Datsun B210 today.
You can't.
You can't. That was one of my cars. I know what another car I had that you won't see today? A Chevy Chevette.
Oh,
Chevette.
Chevette.
A
Bro,
Chevette.
bro, I want that car so bad. I'm about to
Yellow.
tell you how much I want that car so bad.
I had a yellow one. Chevy Chevette.
I'm hating on you right now.
Word, I'm trying to tell you. So, you know what I mean?
Right now.
And then, you know, for me, how it got fancy, I had a 5-speed Nissan Sentra 87.
I had a
Yes.
I had a-
You know, I started driving a stick shift when I was 13 years old. My brother taught me how to drive a stick shift because he stole one of my aunt's car, right? A XJS Subaru. All-wheel drive Subaru red 87. I'll never forget this. Guess what? Me, my brother, my day ones in the car. Like, yo, my brother took the car. Listen, this is what we used to do, right? When we was coming up, especially in NY, you taking somebody's car, you don't turn the lights on until you get around the corner.
Exactly.
Listen, we got that car, man, we got her 2-3 blocks away. Then we turn the lights on. Then my brother said, look, pull over. This is your turn to shine right now, right? You want to learn how to drive a stick? That's how you going to do it. Before you come out of that first gear, listen, you give it a little gas, you watch the RPM, you let up the clutch. Once you get out of first, everything is love.
Yeah.
Ever since then, I never forgot how to drive a stick. It was almost like riding a dirt bike anyway.
That's dope.
You know what I'm saying? Because
I love that. I love the stories like that, man. That's so. That's so
My dad
organic,
taught me how to
man.
drive a stick. The first day I couldn't even get it in first gear.
Word?
The
Yeah.
second day I thought about it, everything just clicked.
Right, yeah.
Well, I blew my best friend taught me how to drive stick in his truck. He had an old ass Chevy, and I fucked that clutch up.
My dad
I
taught me.
tore that clutch up. But then, you know, after that, I was like, okay, I got it now. But he let me tear his clutch up. Shout out to my man Sebastian for letting me tear that clutch
Oh
up.
my
Yeah,
God.
burnt out.
Sebastian got something through
I
for
did
me.
not understand that. Joint. I was like, yo, what am I doing wrong? And it took me to burn that joint up, and I finally
Remember
got
that
it.
first gear?
Yeah, come on, exactly.
Yep.
First gear was
First gear always killed everybody.
But it was a cheap ass truck.
First.
It was a cheap ass truck, and he was able to replace it. It wasn't that much expensive, but the fact that he gave me the opportunity, I ain't never gonna forget that, man.
But the older cars, you can speed shift, right?
Yeah.
Because the clutches, you didn't have to go way down on the floor with the clutch. You know what I mean? You go in.
Hey, I want you to know that's gonna be a clip on the highlight video.
Thanks.
What you just did right there. That's gonna be a
Yeah.
clip.
So listen to this. I have drove a Plymouth Fury with the gears on the top.
3 on the tree.
Plymouth Fury, my grandmother gave to my mom's that I used to sneak. My mother never knew it.
She
Right?
know now.
Yeah. Listen, I used to sneak to the store driving this car, right, in a Plymouth Fury. A Mopar. It's a Mopar. But guess what? Once that old heavy car get to going, it's over with. You know what I mean? Listen, but all of us, all the old boys, but they want we can fit that car.
Yeah, oh, you already
Because
know.
we were skinny.
Yeah.
You
You know
already
what
know.
I'm saying? Back in the day, man, we wore about 90
Car was
pounds.
big as shit back then.
Yeah.
Word, car
You
was
fit
big.
10 motherfuckers in a small ass car. They got 5 seats. You get 10 people in the gym.
And the streets were
You
wider.
believe by the way.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Ain't no lapping up. Everybody got a seat.
The streets were wider. The cars were smoother, right? And you didn't have to watch out for people like hauling tail and this, that, and the third, right? Because everybody wasn't driving crazy like that back in the days. Today, we got more people, more homes. Listen, all them houses sitting far apart from each other. It ain't that no more. Everybody's sitting on top of each
We
other.
also remember too, a 3-lane highway is now a 6-lane highway.
Yes.
So obviously it's almost the same amount of width, but
Yeah.
they divided the lanes up. So it's
It's
much
my lane,
smaller.
yep.
It ain't the same.
Yep.
That's because cars are smaller.
Well,
Yeah.
Well, in general, we got SUVs.
Yeah.
But they're not as wide as they used to be.
Yeah,
Right.
Exactly.
All right, hold on. Man, look, y'all had too much goddamn good conversation. I forgot to ask y'all some important stuff. And then because I don't want, how long we been going on right now? How long we been like
2 hours.
All right, look, I don't want to go on too much longer, but I do want to get a specific topic out the way 'cause I think it's important. So let me ask y'all a question. I'm gonna bring this up. Okay. So we got some up and coming, really, I would say successful, depending on what your definition of success is. But we got some young up and coming car groups that are starting to get like a lot of hype in the last year or so, right? So we got like Oso Nation, DMV cars, DMV meetups, right? These guys' pages have been doing well. Their meets been blowing up. Oso Nation, you guys actually went out to their meet, as we kind of alluded to earlier in the podcast, and it was all in all what you thought was a pretty good meet as far as turnout. However, after the meet, we know that some of the guys that came to that meet, they went to a different location and started doing these banger meets, right? Now let me get this straight, man. Let me tell y'all straight up. Highway Outlaws, and I'm only gonna speak for Highway Outlaws. We support the car community as a whole, whether that's racing, whether that's doing swinging, whatever. But with that being said, again, us and nobody else is bigger than the community and the culture as a whole. When you take what you like to do, and I don't give a shit if it's racing, I don't give a shit if it's swinging. If you take what you like to do and you make what you do bigger than the car community, you're fucking up. Straight up. Excuse my language, but I have no other better way of saying it. Dudes that came from Oso Nation, y'all dudes went and took over an intersection, started doing donuts. Y'all blocked the ambulance from going to an emergency call. Police showed up. Y'all dudes started assaulting the police car. There was dudes that was brandishing guns at the police, causing them to bring in Montgomery County Police to a PG County issue, which if y'all know police, they hate doing that shit, right? And then now we got the mayor, we got the police chief, we got people from the council unanimously. And some of y'all dumb motherfuckers, and I'm gonna curse. Y'all deserve to be cursed at. Y'all don't even know what unanimous means. So I'm gonna tell y'all what unanimous means. Unanimous means that everybody all agrees on the same thing. Okay? They are unanimously agreeing on legislation that's gonna crack down on the entire car community. Right? So some of the legislation is limited to just things that the dumbasses are doing, like swinging at intersections, doing donuts and shit. I'm okay with that. Just so y'all know, let me just be clear, because I know some of y'all don't read, and that's fine. But I'm going to give y'all a heads up of what's happening. There's about to be legislation passed that will make it a criminal, not a misdemeanor, a criminal offense if you get caught racing or if you get caught doing exhibition driving, which is going to basically encompass doing donuts in the middle of the intersection. Y'all going to get 8 points on your license. Up to 60 days in jail. $1,000 fine, and your car is going to be impounded and possibly taken from you.
Just so we're clear, 8 points means your license is suspended for a year.
Yes. So if you got a job, which some of y'all may not have, but if you do have a job and you have, like, let's say you have a CDL, you're fucked. Okay? Your job is done.
You have any type of job that requires clearance, you're fucked.
If you're in the federal or state government, you're fucked. Okay?
Facts.
If you are just barely making it by and now you have to pay lawyer costs and $1,000 fine or 6 days in jail, you're fucked.
Facts.
Okay? Now, in principle, I don't really care about none of that because to me, I don't do that kind of stuff. And neither does the people that we associate with. However, here's where I do care. They also are introducing legislation that is going to make it much more stringent on sound ordinances. Now, my car is loud as hell. All y'all know my car is loud as hell. Do I go around revving my car and making a bunch of noise on purpose? No. I drive my car to events and I rarely drive my car on the street. But I don't, even when I do drive my car, I do it respectfully, right? But with the new law, they're not going to differentiate me from y'all dudes that do the crazy stuff. Y'all making it really hard for us that are trying to represent the car community in the right way. And that's us, the BBS boys, Oso Nation. These guys are kind of victims of the people that are doing crazy stuff in their shows. You're making it very hard for us to continue doing the car community the right way. Y'all complain about Florida in some of the other states that have like Arkansas and stuff that have these really strict car community laws. Y'all
Ocean
about
City.
Ocean City. Y'all complain about them, Jersey, New York. Y'all complain about these guys, but you guys are literally forcing the hand of Maryland to follow suit.
Now, I'm gonna add something
Please,
to
go
that
ahead,
too, because I was reading through that, and from what I understand too, is they're introducing a guilty by association type thing, which puts us in a lot of trouble, puts y'all in a lot of trouble, because our name, you know, y'all come out to meets, you buy stickers from us. Okay, you put Highway Outlaws on your car. Well, we're the faces of Highway Outlaws. So that shit's gonna come back to us and can get us in legal trouble for something you go out and decide to do.
Yeah. You go to a banger, you're just there. The news got footage from the banger, and just a 2-second video pan by has a quarter panel Highway Outlaws on the quarter panel.
Yep.
Now all of a sudden Highway Outlaws is a banger group. Don't matter that we raise money for Officer or Sergeant Cap to have his legs taken off.
They will entirely overlook that.
They're gonna overlook that, and they're gonna shit on the entire. Because honestly, y'all don't understand, man. What they really want, they want the car community shut down.
Yeah.
They don't want us to do nothing at all. Doesn't matter positive or negative. They want the car community shut down. There's a lot of Karens and Kens and whatever you want to call them out there that don't want anything to do with any of the car community. And you guys are giving them the ammunition to be successful in that. So again, we created the brand for the culture because that is supposed to remind us that whatever we do should be for the car culture, not just for what
positive.
Right.
For the culture.
So if we do a meet or a show or a get together or a collab, if we're not doing something that's positive for the culture, then we should not do it. That's flat out what it should be. So if you're doing something, a meetup or a banger or a meet, and that shit is hurting the car community or car culture in general, then you're not doing the right thing. So just keep that in mind, y'all. And that's why I say work with the guys like the BBS boys, people that's been around for a while. These guys have been around we've been around since 2016. Y'all been around since the early 2000s. There's other car clubs that's been around just as long or longer than they have. Those are the guys that y'all should be emulating.
And look, right? There are ways, if you want to go out and do the swing meets, you want to go out and slide or whatever, there are ways. They're doing it in Florida right now. They're doing it in Texas right now. There are places, you just have to look. You have to reach out and don't be afraid to communicate with people, because there are places that will let you come in and have, 100 foot by 100 foot pad of concrete to have a legal pit. Go out and have fun and have a legal pit. You're going to sign a waiver that says that whoever owns the property is not responsible for any damage or injuries. Other than that, it's going to be the same. You can do it during the day. You can do it in the middle of the fucking night. Whatever you want to do. But there are ways to get what you want out of it, to have that swing meet.
It's funny you say that, Jake, because one of the guys that's on live now, he's from Virginia Beach.
Okay.
He's one of our affiliates. True Addict down there in Scoop and Plumping them down there in Virginia Beach.
Okay.
So he's hearing what you're saying, and he's saying they must be having the issue down there in Virginia Beach too.
They have it everywhere. It's all over the country. It's all over the country, bro. Again, this is the curse of social media. It's a curse and a blessing, bro. The blessing is people like the BBS boys. Y'all able to get y'all message out to our community. The curse is people that's doing the dumb shit. They're able to get the same thing. They get the message out to our community. People emulate it.
And it blows up more than
so it's everywhere, bro.
It's crazy because you're right. Because when I've saw on the news, you're right. Maryland is about to crack down.
Oh yeah.
Then after they do that, we ain't gonna have nowhere to go.
No.
Right.
Because the younger kids done made it bad for everybody. So what we gonna do at that point?
Kill the game.
One thing I say, and this we already kind of said this multiple times, and I'll just say it one more time as a closing remark. Guys, the younger community is looking towards us to teach them the right route, right? So at this point, it's like we had a crossroads. Like, are we going to teach the younger guys the right way or the wrong way? I will tell you this thing, man. I've never seen the car community in such a position where a lot of people don't know nothing about cars.
Right.
Dude, I'm telling you. And we went up to, our last Taco Tuesdays, and I'm not going to say names, but the person probably knows who they are. And this isn't a dig at them per se, but I'm just going to tell the truth. we were doing this thing at Taco Tuesday where we would do interviews with cars. We would find a nice car.
Yeah.
We do an interview with the owner.
Yeah.
And make good content, right?
Mhm.
There was a guy that had a nice car. Won't say the name of it. And you know what I'm talking about. Had a nice car. It was all built up. Fast, powerful as shit. We were interviewing this dude. In the middle of the interview, we were talking. We got to the exterior mods. Cool. Everything to talk about. We got to the engine bay. You know what this dude did? He called his friend and said, "Hey, yo, I need you to talk about the engine bay. I don't know nothing." This dude built this car up to like 800 wheel horsepower. They know shit about what he did.
Damn.
His boy had to fill in and tell us about the engine bay, bro.
Yeah.
Like you can't do that, dog. Like if this is something that's really about that life, you gotta learn about that life, dude. Learn about it. You can't just fake the funk, bro. It's not gonna fly no more. Like y'all got it. If you gonna call yourself an enthusiast, be an enthusiast, man. And I'm not saying you gotta know about everything about every car.
Right.
You gotta at least know about your car.
What you working with? What you working?
Just
on.
saying.
Yeah.
Like at least tell me your mods you did to your car. I didn't start off as no damn expert. I didn't know a whole lot about cars. I knew the basics. But I mean, look, let me tell you, I got one of the fastest NA Camaros in the country. But I start off with a fucking Hyundai Genesis, a sedan, not the coupe. I thought they modded a sedan. There was almost no mods for that sedan. But I did everything I could to max it out to where it was maxed out. I learned all about it. If you ask me about my car, I can say everything about it. You ask me about something else, man, I knew not much about it. But I knew all about my car. That's why I started. But it was a passion because I did all my own work. I learned. I did everything on my car. Learned all about it. I could tell you everything I did and explain why I did it, what it had the effect on the car, blah blah blah. That's where we need to take the car community. Y'all need to actually take some kind of ownership and care about y'all's own stuff and really like embrace, like learn about the car. So when we have our Taco Tuesdays this year, starting back up probably next month, depending on the weather. If I come to you and your car is modded, I don't want you telling me, "Hey, yo, nah, I gotta get my man Chris." Nah, I'm just gonna move on, bro.
That's because
That's some bullshit.
you have some people who just jump out the window and buy cars that they always wanted.
I know.
But now they have the money to purchase the car, so they're gonna do what's best for them. They're gonna jump out the window, and they not looking at the part where as though I need to know just that and the third about it, right? They just know their car is faster than somebody else's car.
See, and this
But
is
it's all for social media clout.
No,
But
but
it don't mean shit.
It's the demon Hellcat guy.
Yes,
They
so-
can't tell you nothing. You
Lot
got
of
the JDM,
Yes,
he can tell you everything.
Yes.
BK engine.
I will agree with you on that. I think American muscle car owners are the biggest offenders of this thing. Not to say that there aren't some JDM people like that,
Oh yeah.
but I still think that you're right in general. The American muscle car people are the biggest offenders
But-
of just buying, especially Mopar.
with
Yeah,
the
because it's buy and go.
with
No
the-
hesitation.
specifically with Mopar, there's two levels, and it's in polar fucking opposites of each other. Because I'm a Mopar guy, I've got a built Chrysler. I can tell you every single part that's in that car because I put everything in it.
Yeah.
I can look at a Hellcat. I can tell you I can pull the supercharger and the heads off of a Hellcat in less than an hour. But that's because when I started out in the car scene, the first car I started working on, I was 12. And it was a 81 Camaro with a 350 small block in it and
right.
a turbo 400 4-speed.
Damn.
That was the first car that I learned how to work on. When I was 15, I got a 2007 Kia Spectra.
Right.
And that was my real push into the car scene because I had this car that there's no aftermarket support for it whatsoever.
Right.
I couldn't do anything really to it. So I went to, okay, let's build a crazy ass sound system out of it. So all speakers, I had 4 speakers in each door. It was sedan. 4 speakers in each door, 8 speakers in the rear deck. The trunk was walled off and sealed and had 2 18-inch subs on
Crazy.
10,000 watts.
Crazy.
Because that was, I could learn that and I could do that. And then that progressed into, I just started buying other cars and building other cars. And I built, me and my best friend, we have a 55 Bel Air.
Right.
Numbers matching inline
Beautiful.
3-speed and, 3-speed and inline 6. Numbers matching, it's beat to shit. We got it running.
Right.
We bought Celicas. We bought Eclipses. We have the Camaro and a Trans Am. We have an 81 Camaro, 81 Trans Am.
Right.
But we fell in love with it at such a young age,
Yep.
and his dad pretty much just took us under and was like, okay, I'm going to teach you how to rebuild a motor, and then the next time it needs rebuilt, you're doing it.
Right.
And
yep.
that's how we learned how to do it.
That was good love.
And
That was love.
I think that as, you know, older generation and more influential people in the car scene, we have to take that. It's kind of on us too, because we have to take that knowledge that we have and pass that on to somebody. Spark that in somebody. Like I forget, it might have been you earlier when you're talking about going to high school and doing the trade classes.
Yeah.
Spark that into somebody to want to learn how to do it.
Exactly.
But
Now, when you get these young kids coming to these car shows, they're looking, and they, like you were saying earlier, Dorian, when they start asking you questions, you gotta answer them because, like I said, they might be going to high school, 9th grade, 10th grade. I went to that car show. I wonder if I do this or get into this, would it help me get into this? Because you never know it. Getting into cars, it might help you get into something totally different when you get out of high school.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, shit, look at us. We got into cars and now we've built a business out of it. You guys have built a business out of it. Like,
yeah. You know?
it became more than just a hobby for us.
Right.
So,
On a closing note, I mean, we gonna go on. We can be talking about cars for 12 hours. So Chris, before we close, any questions or comments we need to address in the comment section?
There are no questions. No.
Just comments.
Just comments. Yeah.
Okay, but nothing crazy.
Nah.
Okay, so closing comments. We kind of went over a lot. I would actually like to have you guys on again because there was a lot of topics we didn't get to touch because there's so much to talk about.
Right.
But anything closing that you guys want to say, like anything that you. So I'm gonna give this basically the opportunity for you guys to like any events you got coming up that you want to promote. Anything you guys want to know about you guys that we haven't already touched. So
We got the 80s and 90s hip hop era party coming up February 24th.
This Saturday.
This Saturday, BBS BOYZ 80s and 90s hip hop party. This Saturday, February 24th.
Where?
Gotta be there.
Where's it at?
What address is that? 316 North Guilford.
316 Guilford Avenue.
316 Guilford Avenue.
Mhm.
what time?
It's starting, I want to say around 6. Get the update off of BBS BOYZ IG. And
BMORE BBS.
BMORE BBS BOYZ.
We tagged y'all in the post.
Yeah.
Okay.
BMORE BBS BOYZ 80s and 90s. I'm trying to tell you, it's gonna be lit.
Okay.
It's gonna be lit. It's even on commercials. We got it on
It's on
92Q.
92Q running
Okay.
rotation.
Yeah, and they running.
Coming up.
Yeah.
Damn, with
Guess
it.
what? May we might have a meet at Drew Hill. Definitely in August. We got a big cookout in August coming up. This is something we doing every year.
Okay.
We just had our Philly cheesesteak run for 2024. It was crazy. I loved it, man. Look, this is like one of the best therapy for me.
Yes.
Like therapy for me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? When you find people that have the same mindset as you, and everybody in their car and say, "Let's ride."
I love it.
It's
What
a
we got?
different look. It's a different feeling, especially when your car right. You can get in there, turnkey. Let's go.
See that passion, y'all? So that's a car enthusiast. And when you talk about cars and you can look like this, that's how you know you really love cars.
Let's go.
That's
I
how you
love
really
it.
love cars.
You know what I'm
got that big
saying?
ass smile on his
You
face.
got the lipstick
I
on your
love it.
tires.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Your wheels are spinning, and you got people filming you. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Then people ride by you with the thumbs up. You know what I mean? All
The
you can do
kids
is
looking out
salute
the
them.
window.
Yes.
We're gonna be
It's a blessing.
we gonna be at y'all's as many events as possible this Saturday. Unfortunately, we have like triple booked up this Saturday, and if I had known earlier, it would have been different.
It's
But
all
we got
love.
triple check. But y'all's May and y'all's August event will be there as long as it's it's feasible that we not got none of our shit going on the same day, which I don't think we do. But we will be at y'all's events as much as possible. We're gonna work on y'all on the side, do collab.
Okay.
We definitely gonna do a collab 100%. So y'all mark my word on that. And
Right.
anything else, Ray?
No, like you said, y'all trying to do that thing in Georgia.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
we got our peoples out there.
Yeah.
Uptown Car
That's
Club.
what we need. We need
Yeah.
that collab because we don't have that same
BBS
name out there.
Uptown Car
Yeah,
Club.
yeah.
We gonna work with y'all.
We got affiliate other chapters in other states other
Oh
than
my God.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At least
Man.
13 chapters or
yeah,
more.
I mean
Yeah.
the other affiliates. We got the Uptown Car Club in Atlanta. We got Paid in Full Car Club in Charlotte.
Okay.
We have is it Truatic in Virginia Beach.
Okay.
And we working on starting another chapter in Richmond, Virginia.
The live crash just stopped.
Oh, I want my
So
phone tripping.
we working on
No, I think it's back. I think it just came back.
So we working on something
No,
down
my
in
phone
Virginia
died.
Beach too. So we
my phone
working
died.
on
Yeah.
we
It's all
working on
good.
trying
We
to
got
get
the
that
majority of it. It's fine. Doesn't matter as long as we got this. That's all it matters. The live was just entertaining. How many people was on there when we crashed? Probably wasn't that many anymore.
Like 11 people.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I got about
Yeah.
20.
Oh yeah, he got more. So yeah, unfortunately, our crowd is like more of a racing crowd.
Yeah.
So if we ain't talking about racing, they like, whatever.
Right.
There's some people that like other stuff, but most of them, we're like in a transitional stage. We love the racing too, but
Mhm.
they don't pay the bills.
But
So-
if we can get that going, what you were talking about earlier,
We
going
got
down south, down in Virginia, trying to do a little meet.
Yeah.
We been crying that for a few months now.
Yeah.
We're trying to at least meet up with the guys in Virginia Beach if we can, and we can link up with them.
Yeah.
In
That-
that area.
we were actually
You know what I'm
down
saying?
there.
It was
Yeah,
out there.
Virginia Beach is not too bad for the car community.
I'm not. I don't want to go too far, but like that Richmond area.
Okay,
You know what I'm
Richmond
saying? Like
Yeah.
so. If we can link up
Capital Mischief is another group. They're actually trying to throw an event in Richmond, and I think maybe this weekend.
Really?
So there's a good car community in Richmond area too.
Okay.
Yo, I didn't know you had a radio station at the last car show.
Yeah, I had 90.9 out there.
Wow. Nah, my cousin is married to DJ Gemini.
Oh,
So
okay.
I could get him.
Yeah, we had what's it? Marky Mark out there.
Wasn't they on the stage?
Huh?
Was they on the stage?
Nah, they ain't on the stage. They was bullshit.
Oh.
They had their own little setup. We pay a lot of money for that shit. I'm gonna be honest with you, it wasn't worth the money.
Shit.
But it was cool to have them out there.
Dang,
But it
I
wasn't
had
worth the money.
18 people in here didn't even know it. 18 to 20.
Oh.
You know, some people I could see people with the high ball.
It
Some
changes.
people
It
still.
changes. Yeah.
Yeah, it was like we almost had 20 people. In
That's
here.
good.
That fast.
No, that's good. No, I'm saying, look, all those people, so what we do is like, so the live actually shit. Now that it died, I probably won't be to save the live, but it's okay because we got this saved.
Mhm.
What we're gonna do is we have a program that has AI, and the AI does clips for us.
Yeah.
It takes like clips.
Okay.
And so we're gonna post highlight clips online. We'll do a collab with I don't know who runs y'all's page.
PJ.
PJ runs the page, but Lee be with us, putting like reels together with
Okay.
us, and then we'll shoot it out, and then PJ will grab it and add. You know.
So just tell PJ that we're gonna create clips in the next few days,
Okay.
and we'll post a couple clips, and we're gonna collab with you guys.
Yeah.
And just accept the collaboration.
Yeah.
And then
It posts to both pages.
yes, then what we'll do is once we have the final video uploaded to our
Yeah.
main site, it'll point people to the main video. They can watch the whole thing if they want.
Gotcha.
But Instagram is one of them things where we only people on Instagram have a very short attention span.
They do.
You can't give them more than a few seconds,
Yeah.
right? So we're gonna do a clips that's like 10-15 seconds max.
Yeah.
Just like highlight like something funny we said to get people to go watch the whole video.
Yeah.
Cause there's a lot. I ain't gonna lie. This is probably the most substance-full interview that we've had since we started doing the podcast.
Word.
This is a really, and you might agree. Like, do you, Jake, do you agree with that?
I didn't hear it.
This was the most substance. This was the most substance-full interview we've had.
Yeah.
Like you guys, like we talked about things that was like made like sense and like was important the whole time.
And we talked about life.
Right.
Life.
We didn't really BS this entire interview.
Right.
Oh, to finish it up. Oh, we're gonna finish it up. We can edit this shit up. Don't worry about it. So just to finish up. Hey, look, guys, we had 3-hour long damn interview. BBS Boys drove a long way to get here, and we really appreciate y'all coming through. So we want to make it worth it. We appreciate y'all coming through. We're gonna end the podcast on a high note before we all get tired, and these dudes got a long drive to go. We really appreciate them coming through. We talked about some good topics. We definitely gonna have them on again in the future because we didn't even get a chance to talk to all the stuff we want to talk about.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, appreciate Ant. We appreciate Troy. Appreciate Ray. We love y'all coming on, man. Y'all welcome anytime y'all want to come on.
Yeah.
And we look forward to working with y'all for the 2024 year. Anytime y'all got something coming up, y'all want to collab, all you gotta do is reach out.
Yeah.
As long as we got the availability, we 100% in with you guys.
Okay.
Jake, got anything to say?
That's pretty much it. I mean,
Yeah.
Troy?
I'm just glad y'all had us here, and I can see this is many more things we're gonna have together as a collab. And like Anthony said, us meeting with these different claw clubs, it only is gonna make things bigger.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. What's up, Ray? You got anything?
Nah, I'm good, bro.
Shout out to the BMORE BBS boys.
Yes, sir.
We here.
Oh shit, just the
To the
BBS boys in
culture.
general, the
To the
culture.
culture.
That's it.
To the culture in the community.
Hey, real
We
quick,
here.
because one of our main guys, we got our director of media that's walked in. He walked in late because he had work, so he wanted to be with us earlier. He couldn't. Come on in, man. We got Lance. Hey, Lance, they can actually see you. Don't even worry about it. Lance, you got anything to say, Lance?
We just got some interesting things coming on. I'm currently looking for new Highway Outlaws models. So if anybody is interested in everything, as long as you got a cute face and great personality and you're a professional, I'm more than happy to have y'all. We run a tight ship over here and everything, and we don't really have time for much bullshit. So, that's gonna weave out, just about 80%. But that 20% that we do keep, we're gonna pay you well. We're gonna make sure that you're safe. We're gonna make sure that you have a good time at any events that you have.
Yep. And that's why he's the director of media, because he ain't on no game time. So he'll cut you off quick if you want some BS.
Swear to God.
We had some bad models come. We had some bad models come through that we cut off.
if you
though.
pull up,
Just looking good ain't enough no more, man.
Yeah,
Look,
pretty privilege does not exist over
look,
here.
I'm
BBL's not enough either.
gonna put it
No, I'm
straight.
serious, bro. We had some bad models we didn't cut because they just weren't professional.
Hey, I'm gonna put it straight. Y'all come if you come out on some bullshit that you were on last summer. I'm not saying names. I will boom your ass the fuck out.
No, I'm serious. We had some bad
Go.
joints that we did some good shoots with, and they just flaked out. So yeah, we are looking for new girls coming through. We pay better than the average shows pay for models and even shoots. Like Lance and Jake, and they both have their own photography thing going on the side. They even get y'all gigs on the side outside of Highway Outlaws. So
And if you need some instruction, my wife will probably be more than happy to teach you. So
And so but that's all we got, man. We appreciate y'all. Episode 7, big success. We really appreciate the BBS boys. We got Highway Outlaws. We got For the Culture. Hey, we'll see y'all at episode 8 coming up shortly. And it's all love, man. Thank you guys for y'all support. And we love y'all, man. Peace out. Edit it out, Jake. Edit out all the bullshit. We got about 30 minutes of shit.
I'm gonna do the intro for the Instagram, and I'll do the intro for the podcast.
All right, okay. Where my drink at, y'all? Here you go. I can't stop without my drink.
Well, I'm gonna get the intro for the podcast,
Knock
and
yourself
then we'll
out.
do
Go
the
ahead,
intro
man.
for the Instagram.
Knock yourself out.
All right, everybody.